Good evening, race fans, and welcome to BSTV, or should I say buongiorno, from Monza. That's where we are today for the Monza combined endurance race. It's the figure of eight loop, or the loop. Actually, it's not a figure of eight at all. It's quite a substantial sized lap, this one. Welcome to the booth, Don J. Corley. Someone's changed these again. Uomo bellissimo e veterano della radificazione. Don't know what that means. Si. And I am Pietro Bingamo. Don't know what that says either. Someone will translate that for us later. But welcome to Monza endurance race. 80 minutes worth of wondrous racing here on this iconic track. A lovely day. We'll talk a bit more about the weather shortly. This is a track notorious for a few things, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Trees are going to be a feature tonight. You're going to love them. We have, so you can see it there, look, you can see it there. Just let me get rid of that for you. You can see that it's lovely. You can see the sun is shining. We've got shadows on the track. Not like last week, which you'd have done better with a dinghy and an outboard motor, to be fair. And we've got 29, 30, 31, 32 racers joining us this evening. A couple still to do actual timed laps, but they are all here. And you can see that there. Unfortunately, Wobbly is in the session, Jay. So a crash is going to be inevitable, right?
Well, after the wonders of the officials earlier this week, I've decided to nickname him Wobbly Meatballs.
That many, yeah. Okay. That should be interesting for tonight. And oh, there's a tree, look. And if I change to this camera, another tree. That's good. And
I think we might have to use the chopper and the blimp cam a fair bit tonight.
Yeah, or just inside the car a lot, you know. We're on board with...
Sponsored by GoPro.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this one's going to be interesting from a camera perspective because this Monza combined has always been bad for cameras. But talk us through these officials, Jay. What are they also famous for?
Well, there's a lot of a lot of interesting words you could use for the officials, especially for this week. But apart from the obvious danger of there being quite a lot of open road, ovals, banked corners, but a lot of racers are going to be faced with a new kind of racing, which if they haven't raced Daytona too much or stock cars, they won't really have too much experience in, and that's bump drafting and pack racing. See, with Monza, there's so many straight lines, so much open road that it is, unless there's a massive skill difference, there is so little chance actually being able to get away from somebody else. You're sort of dragging not just one person, but in some cases a whole field behind you. So with it being an endurance race tonight, you're going to see plenty of fuel saving, but it's like motorsport chess, and I'm very interested to see exactly how these drivers are going to sort of adapt with that variable, depending on how the clouds may look at some point tonight.
Yeah. Did you just mention clouds?
I just mentioned clouds.
Right, just a minute. I can see sunshine on a rainy day.
See,
all of that.
Oh no! If you look at the top now, there's that looks like a bit of a dark one, doesn't it?
Yeah. Just that's better. That's brighter. Shadows,
You
right?
might want to look in the opposite direction. It's. I have a feeling that there might be a couple of drops of water, and if my Michael Fish app is working correctly, it's gonna tell me that maybe halfway through the endurance race, things might get a bit more stressful for the drivers.
Well, I can see blue sky on the left-hand side of that screen, so that's what I'm going with. Right, let's have a quick look at the standings. And we have pro standings. Pete Newman is out front, 942 points, but not much of a gap, or not a comfortable gap anyway, over Manuel Saralegui. No, hang on, what? Yeah, is that right? Yeah, that is right, isn't it? Yes, that is right.
Yes.
And Jaden's got in third now because he had a bit of a rough ride last time out in the rain at Summit Point. Jamie Wilson in the top 5 of Pro, so good move bringing him up. And Renee Earhart there in 5th, who also had a bit of a rough ride at Summit Point. Some drivers having a great time, some not having such a great time, including Pete Newman. He had 2 rough races, didn't he, last week?
Yeah, definitely using those drop weeks, whether he wants to or not. And although it hasn't really changed his position too much on the top, himself and Manuel still battling really closely, it does mean that that's one less race that Pete can afford to drop down. He'll want to try and keep his season as drop week free as possible.
Absolutely. He's trying to retain his title as the champion of this series. He was season 22 champion. Right, let's have a look at Pro-Am class, where it all got very, very tight last week, and it's tightened up even more with the drop weeks showing now. Tony Walker on the top of the pile, can't really afford to not race. His drop weeks haven't cost him a lot of points, that's true, but Tamas is keeping him very honest, and Tamas has got no room for error, none at all. Jura Larkinen is only 10 points behind him, Jay.
Yeah, it's a good job Tony's got a little bit of a breathing room here, because look how close everybody else is to each other behind. If Tony ends up dropping anything at all, it's going to be like quicksand. He'll fall towards the gripping hands of Tamas and Jura, who I would imagine would have quite grippy hands, Pete, and they'll be they'll be pulling him in. Will Tony be able to do enough to backhand those and pull himself back out?
Yeah, and I think anybody back at the minute, as far as Demis Tigchular, has got a reasonable shout. That's 160 points behind. A reasonable shout of being at the top of this standings by the end of the season. Got lots of racing to do, and tonight it's worth triple points because it's the endurance race. No recovering it in race 2 tonight because there isn't one. Now, AM class has been an absolute romp for the last 3 seasons, I think, Jay. And this is no different. Only 30 points separates David Ayres from Stefan Klauke. And then Mika Santahelena, one of your boys, there in 3rd place, is only 7 points behind Stefan, with Chris Dixon only 3 points behind him. And it's close all the way down as far as Fraser Geraghty in 8th.
Yeah, it's nuts. As much as we say the Pro-Ams is always one of the most enjoyable and exciting and unpredictable leagues, the AMS, I mean, like you said, this is a triple points race technically. So one race with conditions like what they could be, plus the fact it's Monza combined with the oval and all the smashes I've seen this week in the officials. If one of those AMs manages to get into a really high position tonight, could you imagine if Fraser ended up like somewhere in the top 7, top 8?
Yeah, that would be remarkable. Yeah,
it would be a huge jump. This league, the AMs after tonight, my prediction is going to flip upside down.
Oh, right, okay. We'll see what happens. Try and remember to come back to that towards the end of the race meeting. Right, teams. This is just as tight as everything else. Result Clothing and Team Chimera, just dozens of points apart, that's all. BSTV in 3rd there. I've dropped a Stern here because they were leading this up until last week, and no Wobbly last week. I don't think did we have a Stephen last week? I can't remember. But
I think we did.
Yeah,
I have a feeling we did.
Actually, yes, I think we did. And yeah, they've kind of dropped down, so they need to sort themselves out. Hydro Race Racing Forces there in 3rd are still not fully clear of Cutting Corny TCR team in 5th. And then we do have a big drop. Then we've got a big drop of like 200 points nearly, back to Blade Designs. But any of the top 5 at the minute, I think, still in with a decent shout. There's lots of points on offer still.
Absolutely, and rounds like today are going to be a huge advantage to those with 3 drivers. All it takes is one mistake, and like you said earlier, there's no second race to make it back up.
Not at all. And then driver of the meeting, we've got 3 sharing the top spot. Tony Walker, Jamie Wilson and Thomas Dandridge. And then a whole load of people on one single point. these endurance races sometimes bring out the real starlets of the not so fast classes or developing classes, don't they? The longer races mean that they're more careful approach usually. It gains them masses of points, and their performances look more polished because they're, I think, naturally being more careful. Jay, that seems to be what I get from it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a long time to be racing for a lot of these people, and sometimes it just activates a different gear in your mind, and suddenly you're just looking down the road and just in your own little world sometimes, and with everybody else making mistakes around you, sometimes that's all you need, right?
Absolutely. You just need one person to stir up the hornet's nest, and you benefit massively. Um, Satterland's Safe Driver Award here. Jeff Saunders has managed to reappear at the top of this, despite his very speedy performances of late. I think it's because he's suddenly qualified. You have to do so many races or laps. I can't remember what rules we put into this one now. But he's not in the lead here by much over the Pro-Am leader at the minute, Tony Walker. So again, we're showing that the fast guys are also the safe guys. It's a great league, this, and it has been for so many seasons, Jay. I'm really proud of what these drivers achieve on the track each week.
Yeah, absolutely. You said it the best couple of sentences ago. Like the fast guys are also the really safe guys. That translates pretty well to the officials as well. Although officials are sometimes like the Wild West. Every time I've seen one of the BSTV guys in there, it's you the pace from the league translates so well to the officials, where you're seeing people from all three of the championships that we host here getting wins in the first and second splits of TCR.
Yeah, that's important as well, isn't it? That you can take that the learnings you get from these leagues and translate it onto official races, and just show the benefit of those races. So you are going to have to bear with me, folks, on the tree situation. I like this camera. You see the car go past once, and then
there we go.
It's so funny. It's one of my favourite cameras on this track because most of the other cameras show only the trees. Let's have a look and see if we can get a car. No. Yes, right. We've got a camera with a car in view. Stephen Walker currently in third place in this practice session. We will trip over in just a couple of minutes to our qualifying session. Oh, look, trees, Jay.
Ooh, a nice little bit of evergreen.
Yeah. So I'll have to skip through some of these cameras, and we probably end up on this camera quite a lot tonight, like you said at the beginning. This track it's so big, and the straights are so long that the cameras just can't cope. You'd have to have 6
We
million
may have to
cameras.
delve into the chase cam every now and then as well. I kind of don't want to, but
this one. Or do you want this
maybe. But maybe that one because you can see a little bit more. But
yeah, we'll do that.
I've managed to buy a couple of drones today,
right?
And we're far enough away from an airport, so I haven't done much drone piloting before within the sim. But hopefully, the drone that I've got trying to get to the chase view of cars is good enough for you lot at home.
Yeah, let's go
it's
with that.
Good save that, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was brilliant. Right, so drafting. That's going to be a critical point to note in both the qualifying and in the race, Jay, because I'm going to assume that you don't want to be at the back of this pack because you're going to collect whatever accidents are ahead of you, particularly on the first lap or two.
Yeah, they always say when you see a yellow, do what you can to slow down for it, and you will 9 times out of 10 avoid that incident. With Monza combined in those ovals, though, maybe change that for. I don't know who that is doing a very interesting park into the garages there. Yeah. I didn't teach him that, but I think that was Chesney. But we'll just leave him to it. Yeah. He's probably blocking the door so he can't get locked out of it tonight. But but change that 9 out of 10 chances to 99 out of 100 chances that you go end up getting wrecked. These cars are going at such a speed that slowing down is still encouraged greatly because it does reduce damage, but a lot of the times it's inevitable that there's going to be contact.
Yeah. I'd agree with that. We've now got 33 drivers because Andy Littler has joined the session. So welcome to Andy. Let's see what happens in this qualifying session. As long as I can get any cameras on these cars at all. Doesn't matter which camera pack you load up, it's all the same. Can't get anybody at the minute. What the hell is going on here?
Oh, there's only 7 sectors on this track as well, I've just seen.
Right, that's the wrong end of pit lane. That's the rubbish picture of pit lane. Here we go. Some cars on track. There we go. Oh, crikey, that's a bit of a hornet's nest that someone's kicked, isn't it? Right, so This is a bit weird because the camera is built for going onto the normal track. So it's trying to now look through a forest to get to this, which is the banking of the oval part of the circuit. So if I can just put this on the screen for a minute, folks. So what we've done is we've gone from that red line left, and we've immediately gone onto the oval. We're going to cross underneath the bridge as we come round the track. Then it's going to go back onto the start-finish straight and head towards that first chicane, and then round what we know to be the normal Monza track with Parabolica, otherwise known as Diabolica, and all those lovely... Oh, there we go again. All those lovely, famous corners that we will never see because Pete keeps getting trees and not track. And look at the speed that they carry down here. That's pretty remarkable, isn't it? That's Darrell Wright.
It's insane. Absolutely insane. But unfortunately, there's a car, and it may surprise you, Pete, that has a massive disadvantage with these straights, and it will shock you because it's the Audi. The Audi hits its speed limiter halfway through the second corner.
What? You're joking?
If it gets enough tow, it'll be halfway through the second corner.
So it's just hammering away on the speed,
the
on
Audis,
the rev limiter.
The Audis are going to have a horrible time tonight.
So Teese, is not available for racing tonight. He's unwell, and we wish him the best. But we also wish Fiona the best because she's also unwell. Must be something in the water in the BSTV hospitality suite, Jay. It's not good, is it?
Yeah. Could be. Yeah. I don't know what to say about that one, to be honest. It's. Yeah. This is going to be. I have a feeling this could be one of the great BSTV races for us. Maybe not so much for some of these drivers.
Yeah. I will have to keep apologising for the trees because when they switch the cameras, sometimes you just get tree. Or bridge. But they'll probably come into view in a minute. Just bear with me. No, maybe not. There we go.
Yeah, I think more.
Oh, somebody's lost that. Oh.
And then someone else in the wall as well.
Was that Logan? No, it wasn't.
No, I think it was Bjorn on his side just there, and then somebody else went in. You know what? I think just lots of blimp cam and chopper cam.
And chopper, yeah. Sorry. Well,
blimp, chopper, and gyro. Yeah. And I don't mean the tasty Greek food.
Oh, I'll tell you what we can do as well. We can open this up and everybody can watch whatever Jamie's doing because that's probably going to be the best camera we've got. Inset camera watching literally from Jamie's eyeballs. He races in VR, so you are watching it from his very perspective. Get well soon, B. And welcome to the chat, obviously, to Sir Alan, who's always here, part of the furniture when he's broadcasting in the booth, or not, apparently, which is great for us, because we get his wisdom on the chat. Right, so here's the leader of the draft train. This is Thomas Asboth. That is Stefan Goebel behind him. And then a whole bunch of cars.
A whole grid.
Well, pretty much, yeah. What does Blimp show me? Nothing at all. That's from a space station many miles away. Team ride driving, that's good.
I wonder how the track map's looking right now to see if all the drivers are doing qualifying tactically, or if there's a few just wanting to see what their raw pace is around. But you can hear that Audi. Listen to it. It's like a cat.
Change
just
up to 7th,
following up.
Jamie. Change up to 7th.
It's like listening to a cat throwing up a hairball.
Yeah,
It's
it is. Yeah. I bet he's like, thank God that's over for another lap.
yeah.
Oh, just give me something other than trees. Oh, damn you. Right. Right, so that's going to be interesting. Right, where is my track map? Track map and this. Nobody shows on the track map until they've done the first full lap. So should we go on board with Renee or someone like that?
Sure,
No,
why not?
let's go on board with Wobbly. Where is he? Oh, he's about to come round. Are you alright to do the thing? That's too close. That's too close.
Probably a little bit too close, but
Renee's
we'll keep with Renee.
Yeah, Renee.
We'll keep with Renee until we go all the way round.
Okay. Well, where are we? We are approaching. Is this Ascari?
Ascari, yes.
Yeah, that's the wrong camera, Pete. That is the wrong camera. There we go. That'll screw people's heads up, won't it? With and Jamie's the one in the bottom corner. So we'll get rid of Jamie for a minute. There we go.
Big chef, little chef.
Yeah, cardboard box. Right, here we go. Somebody's just stepped out of the way. You're on.
I am most certainly, and a lot of these cars as well. Oh, I don't know how they're going to feel after today, but today we go to the Temple of Speed and not the polite version. This is Monza combined, where health and safety never showed up and common sense was politely ignored. We start on the oval with turn 1, one of the most raw, natural, high-speed bank corners you'll ever drive in iRacing. Keep it pinned, stay glued to the line at the bottom, or as some of these cars are going to show you, you don't have to follow that rule if you don't want to. Go on, Rennie, go on. There we go. Keep it pinned, stay glued, and if you're racing someone, lane discipline is not optional, it's survival. Drift high and the banker will happily throw you into history. On the exit, keep the throttle welded down. You're not lifting here unless there's a major incident ahead. And even then, at these speeds, it might already be a little too late. Turn 2 is more of the same. Foot still down, arms starting to ache as the bumps remind you this oval is old, long, and unforgiving. The surface is rough, the car is loaded, and your concentration needs to be absolute. As you exit, watch carefully for the rogue fencing on the left as you transition onto the Grand Prix circuit. It has claimed many victims who thought the danger was over. Well, it isn't. Now down the main straight, and it's time to wake the brain back up. Burn into memory the gap between the 150 boards, and that's your braking zone for turns 3 and 4, Primo Variante, and the heaviest braking points in the entire layout. Brake hard, straight and decisive. Gently mount the apexes, light throttle only, and keep it controlled as you fire towards turn number 5. Stay tight, stay alert, because it's easy to get distracted by the long right, enough that you'll forget that Seconda Variante is coming quickly. As we sweep down the long right, you're going to be looking underneath the bridge where the orange painted end of the wall is. Get hard on the brakes for turns 6 and 7. Think of this chicane as Primo Variante, but mirrored. Be precise, cut too deep, and the slowdown will ruin your day faster than a penalty announcement. As the orange wall on the right disappears from view coming up now, prepare for turn 8, the first Lesmo. Gentle braking down the gear and feather the throttle patiently. This corner punishes greed, rush the exit, and you'll be skating across the kitty litter. Just before the 50 board, brake for turn 9, the second Lesmo. It's quicker, it flows more, and the exit curve is generous, but go a fraction too wide and it's an off track. Get this right and you're perfectly set for one of Monza's legendary straights. Get it wrong and you're defending instead of attacking. Now focus, because Variante Ascari is approaching. It's one of the most rewarding sections on the circuit when you nail it. The orange painted end of the wall before the 100 board is your braking reference. Lightly tap the first set of mini bumps and sausages, lightly being the keyword, and keep the first apex a little tighter so you can skim and sail through the rest of the corner. Once you're through, use plenty of curb and service road on exit and let the car fly. Finally, the icon itself, Parabolica. Look for the lighter surface on the left and about 3/4 of the way on that pale green AstroTurf. Get on the brakes, coast the car in, wait some more, then roll onto the throttle smoothly. Use every inch of road on exit and carry maximum speed onto the straight. And that's a lap of Monza combined. Terrifying, historic, and completely unforgettable. Flat out, hard stops, no forgiveness, and a constant reminder that speed has always come with a price here.
Very, very good, Jay. Imagine what that'll be like if it rains.
As someone who did the track guides this week, it is one of the most thrilling, exhilarating and the closest I've come to playing Colin McRae Rally 2 on iRacing.
Right, okay. That bad. It's pretty...
That good, Pete.
That good, sorry. Yeah, good, yeah. Dear. So, Jaden Scotton, currently provisional poleman. On track at the minute. That's high up on the banking. I don't think I'd be up there myself. Look at it,
who does he have behind him? He's got David Ayres and Chesney behind. See, now
right.
with those two behind, if both of those AMs are getting that slipstream just there, you look at the difference of the slipstream just there, how much more speed. Oh, you can hear that Audi already hitting its limiter.
Yeah. Take your foot off the brake, David.
And just look at Chesney just crawling away. And I bet... Oh, Wobbly's just took the lead.
Oh, yeah. Oh, by a lot as well.
And now is Chesney going to push Jaden? We could see some bump drafting. We are.
Does that invalidate your lap because you get a 0?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
I think it does, you know.
It might for the officials, but I'm not sure how it's set here if it does the same.
You're allowed any contact because it's technically cheating. You're supposed to be doing qualifying on your own. I wonder how many people know that.
Should be an interesting one.
Yeah.
I mean, you can still technically bump somebody without actually touching them because you're getting rid of the air between the rear of the car.
Yeah.
It's a really weird way how it works. I don't know if it's like the air curls round the front of the person in front of them somehow pushes you. I'm not a physics scientific guy, so somebody else will have to explain that one to me. But
And me. And they'll have to speak in very small words and slow sentences for me as well at the same time. Chesney just picked up a slowdown from somewhere. Just, alright, I'm looking at Ronald in the pits. Oh dear. See, when you get a car on camera doing the oval, it looks really good, doesn't it?
It does.
But it's fleeting, I'm afraid. It's fleeting.
Yeah, blimp that bad boy up.
Yeah, there we go. Back to the chopper. when we're in the pack, we can use the other cameras like we were saying. But while they're strung out and doing their own thing at the minute, it's a little more challenging. Who is setting up the timings at the minute? Ollie Payne has managed to get the fastest of anyone, sector 3.
Oh wow!
Like of anyone.
Wow!
And by quite a long way.
That's really good.
Yeah.
I don't know how he's managed that, but he has.
And it was on this lap too.
I've just seen
No,
Santa Helena up to 17th.
Oh yeah, that's good.
So the highest AM at the moment. And look, he's right behind Chris Needham, and poor Chris has probably put in the lap of his life because Santa Helena's been right behind him. He's got closer and closer. I'm having a quick look at Santa Helena's times, and he has set some personal bests, by the way. So we could be getting an even quicker time from Santa Helena.
Wow.
If this could potentially put him up in the top 15. Chris Needham's jumped into the pits, and Santa Helena for now stays where they are.
Yeah.
They have set a quicker time, but not enough to put them up another place. Oh, and Simon Trendle up to 13th.
Very good.
And we've actually got Rene right behind Santa Helena as well, so Rene going to be getting a good boost start to his lap.
Rene. Let's try some of these cameras. We want this one. No, we don't. Well, that'll do for now. Oh, lots of movement. Stephen Walker's just taken provisional second by 7 thousandths of a second.
Wow, and that was with the fastest seventh sector of anybody on the course. But look how many people are going underneath that yellow line. Usually in American ovals especially, it's deemed an illegal move, but we're in Italia right now, so...
See.
Oui.
That's French.
Isn't C Spanish?
No, it's also Italian.
Oh, is it? Ah, okay. More you know. In this case, the more I don't know.
Right, let's have a look at that. There we go. Bit of this. Where's Simon Trundle? Making his way through the first of the chicanes, which I've forgotten the name of. don't even remember now. No, this is Curva Grande, I remember that. Okay, let's have a look and see who's doing what right now. We're getting to the end of this. We've only got 5 seconds. So unless you're approaching that start-finish line, you're not going to finish your lap. So whoever was in 10th, or whoever's in car 10, one of the two. Is it Tamas? Yeah. Not going to manage to get this done unless... oh no,
Well,
this is a
I was
normal
about to
race.
say,
Normal
it finishes, so
yeah, we're going to
normal
carry on.
qualifying, so everybody can crack on. Anyone who crosses the line
Thomas
now
improve?
will have finished their laps. And Stephen Walker has a slowdown,
Oh, he did?
so he's not going to get any improvements.
No. See, I get a better picture from Scenic. Oh dear. Funny. Right, let's go and have a look and see what Pete Newman's doing. He's moved up the rankings. And he's pulling someone around the track. Oh no, they're bailing out. Or he's bailing out, sorry, he's bailing out. They are carrying on. That looks like... I'm not sure who that was. Was that Logan? Yes, it was. Logan McKenzie up into 5th.
Oh, and Chesney, on his return, up to 17th and takes the lead of the AMS.
Oh yeah, very nice.
Look at that, he's right behind Jaden as well.
Yeah, very good.
So you can thank Jaden for that one.
Right. I'm going to go and use the big boys room very quickly before this starts. Won't be a sec.
Just watching the last few get all of their laps done. There might be quite a few trees encroaching on your displays very, very shortly. So not a lot we can do about that at the moment. That's everybody else jumping into the pits. And looks like Pete was right about the bump drafting. The bump drafting gives you 0x contact and does result in laps being invalidated. So Rene down in 18th, possibly could have got a little bit higher there. But what might have been, especially for those who were doing the bump drafting behind the quicker pros, whereabouts they would be on the grid right now. A massive welcome to those who have just jumped into the chat right now. This is BSTV on our endurance round at Monza Combine, exactly where the TCR officials are this week. It is 1 hour, 20 minutes of racing, and looking at the weather, things could get a little bit spicy. But
oh, right. Is it going to rain? Yes, apparently. Will it rain? I'm going to go with that. Oh.
So I've just had a look at the weather.
Yeah, go on.
And in 1 hour's time,
it's raining now.
The rain is...
It's raining now.
It's actually... You're right. It's actually sprinkling down with rain now.
What?
So, do you start on wet tyres?
It's not raining at this end of the track.
I'd say that Monza Combined is so large, it's probably literally raining on 2 sectors.
There, it's raining on the normal circuit at Ascari.
Just past Lesmo.
Oh, is that a Lesmo? Yes, it
That's
is.
the
It's
second
yeah,
one,
sorry,
yeah.
Yeah, you're all right. Heading towards the bridge.
And it's not on the ovals. I would still... I'll probably make the first stint a dry tyre stint.
Right.
And take advantage of those who start on wets, if any do start on wets.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see.
Because even on the straight lines, wet tyres are slower.
Right, okay. Well, at the minute, obviously everybody did their qualifying. Oh, that looks dark, though, doesn't it, there, on that bit of oval? With the
It is actually raining on the oval.
Yeah, it was. It's just stopped where we are here, after Ascari, heading towards Parabolica. Oh, this is going to be just a crazy race. It's only just raining. Oh, it's just stopped there, approaching Parabolica.
And this is still technically qualifying, so qualifying... Yeah. I don't know why qualifying's still going at the moment. There is still someone apparently in their pit box.
Oh, really? Who's that?
I don't know, car 31st, so that's
31.
Andy Dessler, I think.
Just a minute.
Oh no, he's left the track, so it might jump over to to the race now.
Yeah,
There we
it's
go.
done, yeah. Right, cool. Right then, folks. Let's get through this grid, shall we? Not that I can see it. I can only see trees today. I've extended gridding. Job 1. Ah, there we go. That's a good camera. We'll use that. Let's go to this. I'm going to have to do names pretty quick now. So, Wobbly will lead us away. And he's probably the safest position on track. Stephen Walker, his teammate, will be on the front row next to him. Jaden Scotland will go off 3rd. Pete Newman off 4th. Logan McKinsey, welcome back, 5th. 6th will be Euro Larkinen. Michael Hall will go off 7th. 8th will be Dietmar Hoos. Tony Walker off 9th. 10th will be Thomas Asboth. RDJ, Ronald de Jong, will go off 11th. 12th will be Jamie Wilson. We'll make sure his camera is very much on. 13th will be Simon Trendle. 14th will be Bjorn Ritter. Demis Ticciolaro 15th. 16th will be Carl Hardy. Chesney Vandenbroek will be 17th. 18th will be Renee Earhart. Mika Santa Helena will be 19th. 20th will be Chris Needham. Deck Crowther will be 21st. Ollie Payne 22nd. Daniel Lewis will be 23rd. Flashy will be 24th. 25th will be Stefan Goebel. Stefan Klauke will go off next to him in 26th. Fraser Garrity 27th. Chris Dixon will go off 28th. Darrell Wright off 29th. Harry Dyke off 30th. Andy Littler off 31st. Jeff Saunders off 32nd. And Paul Hurley will go off 33rd. Everybody is joining the track apart from about 6 cars. Why have I got a tree again, even though I haven't moved? No idea. Answers on a postcard. We'll get the track map up. We'll get battle box up, but we won't show anything yet.
If possible, Pete, it might be worth checking on the tyres on the timing tower as well. I have a feeling we could have a mixed load here.
Let's have a look. Oh, you're right. Oh, I'm so excited. Right, who are who's the clever driver? Right, are we getting lights? We're getting lights, folks. Here we go. Let's get that camera up. There we go. When the lights go out, we will be racing at Monza for 80 minutes. Well, maybe not everybody. A couple of cars starting from the pits or not starting at all. A bit of shuffling around.
Yeah, and those on wet tyres are going to definitely feel the effects of... Oh, and there goes, they're going into the wets, and we're going to see straight away that there's going to be a lot of congestion here. Blimp it, blimp it.
Blimp. Where's Blimp? There's... Oh, it's good for once. Right, okay. You see Jamie's inset camera. Is that his own teammate just in front of him? It is, isn't it?
Yeah, there's already some bump drafting going on. You can see those with wet tyres slowly falling down the grid here. Obviously, banking, no pun intended.
Yeah. Jaden Scotland on
everybody else.
Yeah.
Going to be suffering a couple of laps time, and you can already see all the tactical news of some of these teams. You can also hear a couple of Audis coughing up blood. Ooh,
oh, is there a crash back there?
No.
No.
Don't think there is. No, it's just so many people side by side at the moment. It's making the timing tower jump about like crazy. But turn number 1, we've got Wobbly already slowing down a little bit. And this is the first moment of congestion. How many people remember that there's going to be a different braking point here? And this is looking... you can hear clashes of some heavy metal.
There we go. But they're out and they're round.
But
so.
everyone manages to get
through.
Did
they? Did they? Yeah, just. That was David Ayres nearly getting turned by whoever that was.
There is a meatball flag for Andy Littler.
Is there? There he is. That must have happened just there. It did just happen.
And for Stefan Goebel as well. Mika Santa Helena is out as well.
He didn't start, I don't think. I don't think Mika started. So, whatever happened with Andy Littler, he was in a fracas with Stefan already. So that's Stefan's crash. Can I get any more of this or not?
Oh, I think we've got another big crash happening.
Oh, hang on, live. Who was that
involved? Also with David Ayres dropping down quite a bit as well.
He's going again, but he's obviously well delayed now. Right, so it's all kicking off here. Oh, right, here we go. This should be interesting. What happened here? That's his teammate. Oh, it's... Oh. Ah, he's going to get... Oh. A bit messy. Chris Dixon involved. A few others. Right, that's
This
that.
is a case of wee bowling.
Why is Stephen Walker so far back all of a sudden? Oh, he's gone off track. Must have got to slow down.
Tamas with a meatball as well. We're getting a load of early meatballs
Whoa,
in.
that's high
Bear in
up.
mind, this is a endurance race, so you kind of want to be trying to keep your car in pristine condition as much as possible. But it looks like Tamas is still able to drive with that, so hopefully it doesn't affect him too much.
I've not got any incident for Tamas. He's gone to pits.
Interesting.
Yeah, Mika Santa Helena did not start the race.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Interesting one, that. Wonder if there's some sort of connection issue there or something, but the race will go on. Wobbly in the lead with Logan McKenzie in second place, with Pete Newman on his inside or outside, literally neck and neck, using each other to catch back up to the leaders. We're currently on board with Simon Trendle in 8th place, with his Audi just screaming at him, please stop, stop Simon, stop, I can't take it anymore.
Just expect the engine to pop out the bonnet at any minute. Why has Renee gone so far back down the field as well?
So Renee started quite far back anyway. What you said about the qualifying and the bump drafting was reality. Himself and Santa Helena bump drafting, it has caused the 0x to nullify the lap, which means Renee's in a position he really ideally probably doesn't want to be in right now.
Yeah, definitely.
And amongst the middle of the packs here, but meanwhile, it's still a lot of movement going on ahead. As the rain gets a bit heavier, it means braking zones are going to be changed at the same time. Jaden Scotland, who started quite high up in the race, is down 10 places to 13th, but this was a gamble that those... Yep, it's getting quite heavy again. So those with the wet tyres, this is a gamble that they were aware they were going to have to take here. Their speed, not just in the corners, but in the straights as well, was going to be quite heavily penalised here.
Simon Trendle scything his way through now, even with the disadvantage of having, well, like 2 years really.
All Simon has to do is just keep up during this part of the course and hope that everybody doesn't get far enough away when it comes to the oval.
What's
Chesney has just lost a load of positions all of a sudden, but looks like they're getting straight back onto the racing line.
Stefan is back out the pits and racing, which is good for us. Look at that in front. I can't get a better camera on it at the minute. Or can I? Dare I? No, no.
And for Ascari, once the rain starts falling a bit heavy, you're going to see puddles forming on those apexes just there. At the moment, Stephen Walker trying to push Michael Hall along as much as possible, but just listen to the throttle before we get to Parabolica. I feel we're going to hear Stephen lifting quite early and not going through with this pass.
Yeah, he's not done it. Good call. Why has he done that then? For the people at home, because obviously I understand. Not, don't know why.
So with the track being as long as it is, with the straights as long as they are, and the drafting as intense as it's going to be, and this of course being an endurance race too, you're going to be wanting to save as much fuel as possible, because any attempt to try and get rid of the pack behind you is futile. There's no point. People are just going to catch up to you in this part just here. So we're going to see those up to 10th place right now all stay as close as they are right now, which looks absolutely fantastic. They are going 250 kilometers an hour right now. And that's actually probably the upper limit for the Audi without slipstreaming. So Simon right now has actually gone from 253 to 250 because his Audi gearbox is just screaming at him right now.
Yeah, we had mini rooster tails just then. Don't know whether you spotted that for portions of that oval.
Yeah, and that back straight is absolutely horrendous as well for aquaplaning.
Oh, right.
So you expect to see puddles form there first, as well as on the start line. Not the GP circuit start line, but the combined start line. The ground is so uneven because you can see those little grey boxes on the right-hand side of the track right now. Yep. I'm just having a quick look at the lap times for Jaden and everybody else. At the moment, as lap times go, those
Ooh.
on dry tyres are still about 5 seconds a lap faster than those on wets.
Right. That might change quite quickly, though, eh?
It could. You're absolutely right. At the same time, it's going to be close, but it looks like they're getting closer and closer every hour. Look at the times, and actually, I'm going to take that back because
What?
the quick times of
Yeah.
everyone is still setting personal bests on the dries.
Something's
As that's
going on
Chesney
here.
completely off the road there.
Ah, yes. Right, okay. Yeah. I mean, it's his first race back, so...
That is a 7-second slowdown as well if you cut
What?
that part of the course. Well, you're cutting the whole first chicane, aren't you? So
7
I understand.
seconds?
7 seconds.
That's a bit over the top, I think.
I don't think
Right.
it's enough, Pete. People should know how to brake for that.
You are a harsh taskmaster, that's all I can say. Right, so, here we are. Where is Jamie Wilson at the minute? We've got his camera on. He's just there in the background, making his way through. Stephen Walker, who was in about 8th one whole lap ago, is now out front again. Jamie Wilson closing in on the back of Ronald de Jong's car, but he's got Ronald's teammate Ura behind him.
There's a lot of cars going off the track at the moment. I've just seen Odd Payne and David Ayres both going off the track. I don't know if it's related or not. Jamie Wilson on the outside of RDJ, but RDJ keeping it strong on the inside.
I think it might have stopped raining again. Let's go and have a quick look. Oh, no, I was wrong.
Here comes the rain. And you do not want to be on the side of the road Jamie Wilson is if puddles start forming on the track.
Right.
From experience,
that was on your
right-hand side.
Yeah, your track map.
At the end of my wet guide, I went on the right-hand side and it nearly pulled me into the pit wall. And you don't want to be transitioning from over that painted line as well.
He's trying to get up to get in the toe of Tony Walker ahead of him. Shall we see what it says on the back of his car?
Caution, draft gearbox. And it's got one of those lorry stickers on it as well with speed limits.
Oh dear, that's brilliant. Well done. Oh Christ, where's it gone? Well look, they are going so fast around this oval. This is, well, I reckon they're going a lot faster here than they ever do at Daytona.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, visually. Oh, Wobbly's dropping back. I suspect there is an element of fuel save going on here for Wobbly.
Either that or just one of the lines on the oval just isn't quite quick enough. But Logan giving look at how side by side. Oh, and behind them there's nearly 3 wide there. Just as the camera changed, it looked like Tony Walker was about to make that 3 wide, but I think he just backs out of that in the final second. Having to look to and from the official broadcast because I don't get the same luxuries of change cameras you do sometimes, Pete. But yeah, this is insane at the moment. This is so crazy.
Yeah, and at the back of this group is Bjorn Ritter and Chris Needham, who are doing brilliantly staying with that lead group. I mean, you want to stay with that draft, don't you? You have to.
I tell you what, actually, I think that's more on the... Oh, leader has a slowdown.
Oh, what?
Stephen Walker has a slowdown. Probably on the second chicane, and he's slowed down, and that in fact has probably slowed everybody else down a little bit more. Chris Needham and Bjorn were not actually a part of that initial top 10, so I just wonder if Stephen Walker's actually fuel saving from the lead, and because people don't want to take the lead and lose their fuel saving, it's actually backing the pack up a little bit, which is great for everybody in the top 12. Because if these are all on dry tyres and the track's going to start getting wet in places, all it takes is one slip.
Yep. That was David Ayres through on Dietmar, and Renee is the next car ahead. What tyres has Renee got on? Wets. Yeah. So this might come back to Renee, hey?
Yeah, well, maybe. We've got Jaden as the only other car on wets ahead of him, and he's struggling down in 16th place at the moment, nearly 4 seconds behind Harry Dyke in 15th.
Yeah. Oh, Simon Trendle through on Michael Hall. Yep. And Tony Walker looking to capitalise as well.
Just love how much quicker
What?
on that camera that
Yeah.
I think Stefan Goebel is on the Grand Prix circuit of Monza compared to the rest.
Here they go again.
Yes, Stephen Walker still in the lead at the moment. Pete Newman in second with wobbly kneecaps in third. We've got Logan McKenzie, Simon Trendle, Michael Hall, Tony Walker, Jamie Wilson as part of the first group. Then there's a little tiny bit of a split as RDJ leads Eurolak Christine. That Audi gets you every single time. Bjorn Ritter up to 12th place as well. So two-step, and Pete Newman actually is in the lead going into this corner.
Yeah, but...
And you can see the raindrops slowly making parts of this course
some bumpy
wetter
track
and wetter.
That way, isn't it?
It is. The second corner of the oval is so punishing.
Oh.
And you can see a few of the cars right
Whoa.
now on the wall. Stephen
Was he in the
Walker
wall?
nearly.
Look at
But
this.
you're taking that outside line and coming out of the oval in the outside, so you're going to have more of a speed boost. And Wobbly decided not to give Pete a push there, instead just slowing down a little bit earlier and just saving 2 drops more fuel.
You can never remember which is the good camera for which turn. Hence you're getting lots of trees, folks, before I actually show you any cars. Right. So this group is fascinating. It almost feels like you're going to get a different leader every lap. Because now Wobbly's dropped back to 4th.
Yep, just took the wrong line in the chicane, and it's allowed a few of the others to get through. But I need to tell you something, Pete. The leaders are 3 seconds slower now than they were at the beginning of the race.
Ooh.
Meanwhile, Jaden is still, well, was 6 seconds slower, but now only 4 seconds slower a lap. So there's still, and it looks like yeah, the Euro and Bjorn decided to invent new lines. Innovators, some call them.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wets are still nowhere near faster than the dries at the moment. Everyone will be watching the likes of Jaden and Renee's times just to see how quick the quick guys who have started on wets. It's obviously been the wrong decision, those who are on the wets to begin with.
Yeah, maybe.
Those like Daniel Lewis, Chris Dixon, Tamas, or maybe not Tamas, because Tamas did go off into the pit. Actually, Tamas has been in the pits, come out of the pits, and he's still in the top 20.
Ah, right, okay. That's not hurt him that much then. He had the meatball, didn't he? But it didn't look like a meatball. You know, like with steering smashed or anything like that. It looked like, you know, he got severe paint damage or something.
Yeah, might have to quickly go to Jaden at the moment. Yeah. There we go. And it looks like Daniel Lewis has made short work of the man in Pram. Pram? Definitely not in a Pram, in Pro. Oh, that's going to be a dangerous curve as well on the exit once it gets a little bit wetter.
Yeah. I mean, wipers are going, little tiny rooster tails. To me, this is only going to get...
Oh, Bjorn's in the pits.
What?
I don't know if something's happened with Bjorn. I don't see anything on the event tracker.
No, I don't. Nothing at all.
And in fact, Demis has gone in the pits as well. So... those were the 2 who went off the track earlier in the lap, but I don't see anything at all that indicates that they had a big amount of damage or coming together. But will they come out back on track on wets, or will they stick with the dries? And I tell you what, Paul Hurley and Deck have gone into the pits as well, so maybe
it's scheduled then.
Maybe, perhaps, because there's
wonder
just
what
that.
Come out with, you know, in terms of tyre choice. Would you go on
down,
dry?
So I'm just looking, so the officials give you about 29 litres of fuel, but...
What camera is that?
What
camera? What? Why is it just coming up with random positions? Anyway.
It's actually a bit of a confusing one, Pete, because it's 29 litres of fuel in a 20-minute race for the TCR. These are coming in when it's raining, so it's lifting at 17 minutes. I do wonder if they've kept qualifying fuel in.
Right, that could be right.
I don't know, maybe not, or maybe they predicted that it would probably be wets by now, so they put less fuel in. Possible. I think if it's wet, you still want to kind of go full fuel just to weigh the car down a little bit, but... yeah, so some interesting strategies coming out in this race, or maybe they just feel that they're going to try the undercut and see what happens from there. But Paul's now on the wets.
Oh!
Fraser's on the wets,
Oh,
and that was so
Simon.
close. Simon's going to cut through.
And he's going to get the slowdown of the century.
Yeah, I think that'll be about 2-3 seconds. Goes back onto the lines. But as they're kind of racing in the rain, that will actually aid Simon a little bit in getting rid of that slowdown. We'll see how easily Jamie put... Oh, he's served it. There we go.
Right.
No real harm done. I'm constantly looking at Jaden's laps compared to the leaders right now. And Jaden's just set a personal best of 3 minutes 14, which is still 4 seconds slower.
Yeah. And he's got a slowdown.
Race leader. Oh, that won't help.
No, it won't. Logan moves into second place. Puts Pete Newman into third. I mean, Logan should be well at home here, right? American racer. Massive portion of this track oval.
You'd think so, but he hasn't got much experience of racing it in the rain.
Yeah, that's true, because they don't race ever as soon as there's too much moisture in the air. It's too humid.
Yeah, they just put the gazebos up and start a hog roast.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, I think we're going to actually get a few more in the pits, or are they just making normal passes?
Normal lines.
I've been duped. Tony Walker doing brilliantly, keeping up with this main lot as RDJ jumps into the pits. So does Eurolakinen as well.
Yep. Scheduled stops then. I think we'll see quite a lot in this lap.
Yeah, I'm surprised this many people. If this is people not filling their tanks to the brim, I'm really surprised.
Yeah.
With variable weather conditions like this, you don't really want to take a chance by when you put less fuel in your car, Pete. You sort of already determined when your pit stops are going to be.
Yeah.
With variable weather conditions, it's also a risk. But if you put more fuel in, you're kind of your own master of decisions when you want to pit, or
Very
until
true.
the tank goes empty.
Yeah.
So RDJ, Daniel Lewis as well.
Pete Newman was
close
wildly out of
again.
shape.
I think they've just realised that they need to start taking that outside line now.
Is it me, or are there more cars on wets all of a sudden?
Everyone who's pitting right now is changing to wets.
That's what I thought I was seeing. Maybe with the exception of Chris Needham, but he's still
I think people are
actually
sort of guessing that maybe in about 5-10 minutes time it's going to be wet tyre weather, and you kind of don't want to be taking on that oval in the wrong tyres. Obviously you can take it wets to dry absolutely, like, not perfectly, but a lot safer than being on a dry tyre on slicks and going up a banking of an oval that's wet.
on a concrete oval.
That puts Jaden up to 11th place right now.
Where's Jaden?
Jaden won't have to change his tyres, which might give him an extra 4 or 5 seconds on the pits.
Seems slow going around that chicane, man. Ooh, what's going on here? That was Logan.
Yeah,
got all
Logan and
choked
Pete.
up. I don't mean he was crying. I mean he was.
Is that what the tears are for? But this is great for Stephen Walker, and I tell you what, if Stephen Walker actually gets this gap going, if Pete Newman and Logan decide to carry on fighting each other instead of working with each other, they could, Stephen could be away, but I've just looked at the times now, and Stephen Walker is definitely fuel saving from the lead. They've gained an extra 3/10. So Pete Newman and Logan McKenzie stopping their battle for a second and just being like, let's catch back up to the lead, or else Stephen's going to have far too much of a run on them.
Yeah, we've seen Stephen Walker do wet weather and fuel saving expertise before, and he's caught entire fields out previously, hasn't he? So they've got to treat him with a massive amount of respect. He's won the title several times.
Oh!
What? Am I on the right car?
Two cars.
Yep, I was
going
on the
into
right
the
car.
wall.
Just cannot find a camera.
Demis and Chris Needham slamming into the wall.
Oh, hang on. Let me see if I can get that. This might be after the event. Nope, this is the event. Right, here we go.
And
Chris,
oh, there
on
it is.
a white line that was. Oh,
Oh no!
he couldn't have aimed better, even though he was completely out of control.
It's like watching Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua, apart from, you know, it's with metal instead of boxing gloves.
Yeah, that's so unfortunate. He was just a passenger the entire journey, wasn't he?
And we could be about to see some sort of drama on this oval. If we're getting people already slipping on that part of the track, then you can always see a couple of these cars going a bit squirrely. Logan has jumped into the pits. Maybe it's not about times anymore. It's just about safety. And look how close Pete Newman or Michael Hall even is getting to that top wall.
Yeah.
They're still going 250 odd kilometers an hour.
Madness. Right, Logan's gone wets. I've just been...
Yeah, everyone will be going wets now, pretty much. Says if anyone carries on going
Oh,
on the dry now,
God.
as look at all this. Expect to see everybody else jumping into wets, I think, on the next lap. You are absolutely mad if you carry on and dries now. And to what?
Oh, that's close to the wall ahead.
Yeah, there's a low. Everybody else now who's probably seen how much these lot are dashing it around these corners. I'll be surprised if anybody in this top 11 doesn't pit this lap to switch to wets.
Well, who was that going around there together? These two, Stefan Klauke and is that Darrell? No. Yeah, it's Darrell, isn't it?
Yes, Darrell, right.
And they've got Logan behind them now because he's pitted and they have not. But they're already on wets.
That lap for Stephen Walker was a 3:13, and Jaden hit a 3:15. So still 2 seconds quicker. But do you want to risk those 2 seconds for potentially a smash against the wall?
Yeah, exactly.
Now could be the chance for Pete Newman to get the attack on. Expect to see Pete trying to get some move done against Stephen.
Well, all of these guys have got 17 seconds on the next
Ollie Payne's got a meatball.
What?
Yeah,
oh, yeah,
Ollie Payne went off track.
Yeah, just spotted it. He'd just overtaken Renee. Oh, this is going to be an oval smash.
It hits that yellow line.
Oh,
tries to...
wiggle.
Oh, no.
Renee just...
Renee
brought the
manages
brown
to get
underpants.
through.
Yeah.
And that's on wet tyres,
Yeah.
Pete.
That was on wets?
I think that was on wets.
Yeah, I think you're right, yeah. Okay, well...
Yeah, it was on wets, so
be
expect to see many people missing their braking points here. You now go from in between the 50 and 200 board to maybe braking before the 300. Daniel Lewis now with a meatball.
What is going on?
And that does not look like a car that will pass its next MOT.
No.
And once
the one
again,
after that. Oh,
same
it's the same place.
The bumpiness of the second
Oh,
half,
it's
and
the
look at
same
that.
behaviour. Doing. Yeah. Smashing. Oh, wow.
Oh.
Oh.
Jeez, he knew that was going to get camera time there.
I don't think there's one good bit of that car anymore.
Yeah, but what I said about health and safety.
Right.
Yep. So does that mean that we need to get a camera on the leaders, especially coming up to turn number 2? This could get extremely spicy.
Just wobbly.
And it looks like Pete Newman's trying to an overtake on the inside.
He must be mad.
Of Stephen Walker.
Oh, that was a big wobble.
He nearly goes into him. And we're going to get some aquaplaning on the left-hand side here. Oh, this is insane, Pete. What are you doing?
Yeah, Jaden Scotton moving up the field all the time.
And Pete's going to keep behind, but we've already seen plenty losing it here. Oh, you can see the reflection of the sun.
This
into
must
here
be
now.
Madness. What is it? You can see how much steering input Jamie's putting in the bottom right corner. That's so close to the wall. Oh my word.
And they're getting caught up by Wobbly, who's coming up behind them.
Whoops.
Oh, and
he's on the
Bobby's
grass.
on the grass.
Don't be on
He's
the grass.
on the paint as well. Pete's on the paint.
Pete's having none of that.
A lot early on the brakes. I think Stephen may have run the corner slightly. Yes. Which has allowed Wobbly to try and get
Wobbly's
through,
just
but
crawling round. He can't get any grip. You see the puddle back there?
Wobbly with a great exit from there, though, and Wobbly goes into the lead. Wow.
Those two Chimera Audis.
Terrifying.
Yeah. Do we have to do that again? No, we don't, do we? At the end of the lap, we'll see them all in the pits, I would think.
Possibly.
We've got Tamas leaving the pits. Chesney's leaving the pits. Harry Dyke is in the pits as well. There's some casualties still in the pits. May or may not see them again for the rest of the race. Not sure yet. Definitely somebody's out. I can't remember. Right, so these Audis are still soldiering on, and not far back from the lead group, which is, I'm sure they're both surprised given the fact that they hit their rev limiter just after they leave the first turn on that oval.
Right. I can tell you now that Chris Needham and Dietmar Hughes have kept on the dries.
Oh, right.
Maybe they didn't realise they needed to change, but I don't think that's going to do well for them. But we'll see.
Let's have a look
We
at
will see.
Dietmar. His car behaviour looks okay at the minute. Where is he?
Oh, he's jumping into the pits now.
Oh, maybe he's had enough of those tyres and wants some new shoes. New shoes?
Hey, I've got some new shoes on, suddenly everything's right. Thank you, I'm available for weddings, wakes.
Wakes, yeah. Chris Dixon's not been to the pits, has he? He's still on slicks. Look at
yeah, there's still
Jamie
a couple who are on there.
Jamie's right up behind his teammate at the minute.
Oh, another slowdown for Chesney, and Deck has gone. Oh, it's a bit pits. Leaders are all in the pits.
Oh, that's a bent up car.
The leaders are all in the pits at the same
time.
time.
Look at them. Flashing through here.
Now, how good was everybody's entrance? I'm seeing no black flags at all for any of them, but they could always come up when they come out.
Yeah, so all of the top 6 cars are in the pits. Jaden's gone to pits as well.
Yep, fuel, so he doesn't have to change his tyres, which might be a bit of an advantage to him.
How long will the wets last? Any idea?
No clue, to be honest, Pete. I haven't done too many... Oh, sorry, I haven't survived many endurance races.
Simon Trundle appears to be out on slicks. Pete Newman's gone out on slicks.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, that means
I don't know if they were meant to do that.
Well,
in all honesty,
it's a split decision for Team Chimera because Jamie's gone to wets. Chris Dixon's
that's very
just
interesting.
entered the pits. So those 3 cars, or 2 cars, Pete and Simon, have got a massive gap on everyone else.
Jaden is with the lead. Jaden's come out at the same time as the lead groups. Those who have changed tyres. Jaden's gamble hasn't completely worked, but he is in amongst the leaders who are all in wet tyres. So he's got warmer wet tyres.
Yeah, there's many, many more cars just entered the pits, but they're significantly further back. Honestly,
yeah, these will be the cars that started on the wets, so expect to see a couple of them maybe jump up a load of positions, especially if they're mid-pack cars.
So this has stirred the hornet's nest good and proper. So right at the very front, we've got Pete Newman. He is leading from... where's everybody gone on the cameras? There. From Simon Trundle.
Blimped out.
Yeah, by 10 seconds, who in turn has got a 16-second lead. Is that right? Over Wobbly. Yeah, it is.
Yes.
16 seconds.
It took an extra 10-15 seconds to change the tyres.
Wow. Stephen Walker still within sight of Wobbly. And then it's worked out beautifully for the Chimera car of Jamie Wilson. He's buried right up behind Stephen Walker again. And then Jaden Scotton back with the lead group on tyres that work for him. He's always had the tyres, just didn't have the track underneath it, did he?
Yeah, pretty much. I would think that the wets would last the whole race, but you know how much more wet tyres will degrade over a dry track, and it's quite a steep banking. But at the same time, Jaden's got warmer wet tyres than everybody else. Ooh, it's getting a bit close here.
It is. Logan usually finds a way to get through. Tony Walker at the minute is wanting to get back with the other 2 BSTV cars. So this is very interesting, all this.
Getting a lot of slowdowns happening a little bit further back, especially with Euro, and I think Rene's got a slowdown still at the moment as well.
He's trying to burn that off at the moment. Honestly, I said to you before the session started, it was an 8% chance of rain on the booked session. I'd hate to think what would happen if it was... I suppose it is completely random, isn't it? It could have been any strength of rain whatsoever.
Oh, Logan deciding to mount the curbs
the big bit of
at
curb,
Ascari. And kind of lucky that the puddles aren't that much deeper.
Tony Walker drifting off to the grass there for a second.
At the moment for Pro-Ams, Tony Walker in the lead with RDJ in second and Bjorn Ritter in third. And if we go to the AMs, we've got Fraser Geraghty. When I said Fraser at the start, getting a really good like top 15 finish. You know, I was just putting a name out there, but at the moment, himself and Chesney van den Broeke, who Chesney has slowed down a fair bit to let people go, finds himself up in 18th place at the moment. So he's only lost one place overall, but he's keeping up with top of AMs.
Yeah, he's doing really well. Both of them are. And Stefan Klauke is next, but he's got company. So that's Chris Dixon just behind him. David Ayres just behind him. He's the AM class leader at the minute. And Darrell Wright, who's missed a few races this season. Usually right at the top of AMs, but you know, real life gets in the way. Meanwhile, in the middle of the oval.
Oh, that's Chesney overtaken Fraser. I wonder if they're both side by side at the moment going into a corner. Oh my god, that's one place to be close to each other.
Yes, it is.
I do wonder if Fraser's going to end up... Sorry, Pete, carry on.
No, I was going to say, I think Fraser's going to return that gesture by the end of this straight that's coming.
Potentially, or do they work together? Or does Fraser try a little bit of, as this is for the lead of AMs, does Fraser decide to do a bit of fuel saving? As Wobbly gets a slowdown.
And
Stephen Walker gets a slow... Yeah.
Oh, it's a bit slow.
Yeah, I wonder if they're both... If they've both gone into each other into the first corner then, maybe, or something like that.
Hang on, I'm trying to find anything with their names attached to it, but there's nothing on my event tracker at all.
Oh, a bit of a weird one, that.
Yep. And they've dropped back
They're both
away.
side by side at the moment.
Maybe it's just because I'm seeing these cars doing like Mach 3, and they were coming out of a slow turn. Maybe that's just it.
Jamie Wilson and Stephen Walker are right next to each other going into first Lesmo.
Where's that
Jamie
camera
Wilson
come from? What on earth is going on with these cameras at all?
Oh, there's tough battling going on here. This is for fourth place at the moment. Stephen Walker just managing to defend from the Audi of Jamie Wilson. Jamie will have that Audi power to help him through this straight up here before we get to Ascari. It's probably one of the very rare places that the Audi has a definitive advantage.
Gives it plenty of turning space.
Ooh,
and that's why. So Stephen outbrakes himself there.
Yep, and oh god,
And
took so much of that curb just there.
Yeah.
That's going to allow Jamie Wilson to get through unless... Oh no, Stephen Wilson's already managed to serve it. Because some of the race has been done in the dry, if you get a slowdown, then it's going to be a little bit easier based on average times to get rid of it.
Yeah,
slowdowns. Look at that nice wide rain. Jamie Wilson with the much better line for rain racing. Oh, and this could have the left-hand side of the front straight, which I've already said is quite nasty. If you end up on that left-hand side, it does tend to try and pull you into the wall. But it looks like the puddles aren't quite deep enough there yet. So
these cars are travelling ever so slightly faster around the track than the two cars on dries, but it's not much. You're talking tenths of a second.
The turnover's pretty much now, so I think this lap onwards we're going to start seeing the wets being a much quicker tyre choice. But at the moment, with the amount of space Pete Newman and Simon Trendle have right now over everybody else, bear in mind Pete's got a 10-second advantage in Simon. Simon's got a 13-second advantage on Wobbly. It's
why are you so near the wall?
Pete.
Why are you so near the wall? No.
Oh, if you don't like this, Pete, then never, ever, ever drive the oval of Darlington.
Oh, no, I have. Yeah,
Oh, have
it's
you? You've
ridiculous.
experienced the lady in
Yeah.
black.
Yes. Oh
She is
dear.
a cruel mistress.
Very much so. So Alan's just made me look at the timing tower. There is another car on dries on slicks. It's Andy Littler.
Yep, and Andy's times at the moment compared to those around him, Andy is actually lapping quicker than quite a few people
Yeah.
in front of him, to be honest. But it's just whether he can catch up to him quick enough before the next pit stop, where he'll inevitably have to spend an extra couple of minutes changing those tires over. And we're only 38 minutes into this 1 hour 20 race. There is still plenty of
Oh,
time.
that's scraping.
Oh, and Chesney's just lost a load.
Yeah, he's. Oh, what's he doing? Oh! Oh, that's expensive.
Oh.
I don't know what was going on with Chesney there, but I think he'd already crashed. Let's have a look at that. And he ended up stuck. He's clearly gone into the wall here, surely. Yeah, over-rotated. Done what everybody else did.
And then you get on the grass, which sends you everywhere.
Now he's trying to... No, he's got no steering at all, look. That car's just... I don't think he's got his foot on the brake. The brake light's on. But he just couldn't stop.
No.
And if you can't stop, you can't reset. Wow. That's quite a lot of cars that have just gone to pit road.
That looked absolutely terrifying. So that's Chris Dixon, David Ayres, the AM Championship leader, and Chesney as well, all into the pits. They're all right with a slowdown. I don't know if that's to do with that instant. No, it wouldn't have been to do that instant. Following a chicane probably would have been for that one, but...
Yeah. I mean, if your brakes won't stop the car, because the wheels aren't touching the floor and you're scraping off the bottom, there's nothing you can do, is there? You can't reset the car. It has to be stationary to reset.
Yeah, and as I've found out firsthand at the famous last corner of Portimao, even with your brakes on, if the ABS is on, you're still slowing down.
Yeah, never thought of that. Wow.
God, look at all that spray. So
that's Dietmar getting out of Simon's way. Simon last lap 3:19.5. Wobbly last lap 3:17.7.
Yep, the turnover is going to be now. Have Pete and Simon done enough to give themselves an extra 10 seconds of tyre change? I don't think so for Simon, but I bet Pete may have.
Yeah. I mean, Pete's got 24 seconds on Wobbly, who I'm trying to watch, but I can't get a camera on him, so...
Yeah, probably going to be looking at a lot of these pits in lap 17 and 18.
Yeah.
So that gives us another 6 laps at 3 minutes each, 21 minutes.
Right. So, this is Jamie Wilson in 5th and holding strong at the minute behind Stephen Walker. Where did Tony...
Oh, Michael Hall getting a slowdown and then getting another one straight away afterwards.
Yeah, and Logan has passed him as a result of that. Try and find Michael. There he is, trying to burn off another one. This is the one that you said was about 7 seconds before Curva Grande, wasn't it?
If they completely missed the first chicane. I did see Michael Hall go above a couple of people before getting that slowdown.
Well, I haven't even got an off track for him.
I would imagine it's because he took the service road.
Okay.
So it'll probably just give him a some sort of slowdown without actually giving him an off track.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I can think of. Bit of a wide line there from the Hydro Forces.
I don't think he had a choice. I think he just aquaplane straight through.
Carl Hardy behind him, who was trying to catch now with his own slowdown, so he will drop to over 10 seconds behind. 12th place at the moment. That's 4 Pro-Ams in front of Cal Hardy at the moment. He's going to have to hope for something to be happening to a few of them in front if he has any realistic chance of catching them up.
Bjorn Ritter is doing an awesome job here. He's currently second in class. All right, Tony Walker's 14 seconds off down the road ahead of him, or something to that tune. But he's second in class and ahead of these guys.
That was close.
What?
Bjorn just giving us a nice bit of style points out of that corner there, which has allowed RDJ to get from half a second down to 2.6.
Now, behind Stephen's car there is an Audi, and it's Jamie Wilson's as they enter the banking.
Simon has a meatball.
What?
Second place has a meatball.
What? How
I can't say in Italian. I'm betting it's the second. Yeah. Oh no, it's the first half of the oval.
I don't understand. I've not got a crash. I've got no event.
Just having a quick look. Yeah, no, there's nothing on my side either.
Oh, well, that's...
I'm guessing it's the same as what's been happening on
I guess so.
Turn number 2.
And I'd love to be able to show you what it was, but I can't. He wasn't racing with anyone. That's the other problem. I can't go to another car.
To be fair, though, Pete, a lot of the incidents that we've had on this oval so far in the wet, they have all pretty much been self.
Yeah, there have been solo ones, apart from where Chesney couldn't actually stop the car still in order to reset.
Yeah, but that happened on the corner of the oval, so...
Yeah.
Wobbly with a slow down.
Slowdown.
This is Pete's race to lose at the moment.
It really is. He's 22 seconds ahead. That's the closest that this camera's ever been to a car this entire race. And trees again. And yeah, he looks like he's bossing this one at the moment on slicks in the rain.
We've got okay, the Simon Trendle crash has come up, but I don't know if that's just him stopping.
No, that'll be him just parking the car. I hope. I'm going to try it anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's another one just here, which is the same thing, which is an off track. But I don't have anything else. Nothing.
Very strange that.
The one before that on my screen is with Chesney getting hit by David.
Yes.
So I can't find any cars to watch. There we go.
But yeah, what a track. Even when you're not racing anybody, it is still you versus the track. And luckily for Simon, actually, on that one, is probably the fact that there was nobody else near him to get involved in that crash as well.
Yep. Yep. Don't adjust your sets, folks. This is 2 different cars.
And both the Hydro Forces cars fighting with each other. You're deciding to back off a little bit here. Everyone, apart from Jamie Wilson on Stephen Walker, at that battle for 3rd place, quite nicely spaced out. But don't count on the pit stops perhaps causing a little bit of chaos and getting everyone back together again.
Yeah. Right,
I tell you what.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Jaden's catching Jamie and Stephen. That's Dietmar getting out of the way.
Yeah, and that's Stephen catching up to Wobbly.
Is it?
So we could have a 4-way battle for 2nd place, whilst the leader still has to change their tyres.
Interesting.
Last lap, Wobbly was 2 seconds faster than Pete. He's now 20, so he's 20 seconds behind. After the oval, it'll be interesting to see after that 2nd corner, as Pete's just exiting out of turn 2 now. Once the cars on wet tyres make their way around that second part of the oval, how close they're going to be. It's stuck at 20.3 for a little while.
I mean, these 4 are now together again. They've all caught Wobbly.
I'm surprised with how close the top, like 2nd to 8th still are. I know
Yeah.
Tony is sort of away from everybody else, but on the track map, it looks a lot closer than it actually is as Demis gets into the pits.
Oh, yeah.
Jaden Scotton overtakes Jamie Wilson for 4th.
Or does he?
Find out next time on
Find out next
Dragon
tree.
Ball Z.
Yeah. Find out after this
Jaden's
tree interval.
Jaden gonna have a better boost out that corner. I
No,
think
I don't think
Jamie's
so.
just gonna have him.
Yeah.
And that's gonna frustrate Jaden a little bit here because that's gonna allow Stephen and Wobbly as Cole Hardy has a meatball now.
What?
And Stephen Walker overtakes Wobbly as well.
Oh, and Carl's just reset the car, so that was terminal. Where's that? Oh,
Stephen
this is
with
a proper crash.
slowdown as well. Ooh, catches it. And then it's just a transition just there.
Fishtailing, and then ouchie. And it's going to grab him. It's going to grab him.
Ooh, I'm so glad the car sort of nestled itself back against the wall rather than stretching out over it.
He got away from the wall, but yeah, look at that. His engine's blown, so okay.
Yeah, it's not on the on the track you want to be hanging about for too long either.
Nope, sorry, I got my mouse stuck on a different screen. Right, these four absolutely together now and back to having a scrap, I think. Logan is catching them fast, very fast. And then he's gonna get caught in a minute, maybe. No, because Michael Hall and Tony are not quite on Logan's pace.
Yeah, I've just seen a couple more raindrops, so it looks like the track could be on its way to perhaps getting a little bit wetter with 30 minutes to go. But yes, you're right, Logan is catching up to the group in front. What was a 20-second gap between Pete Newman and second place is now under 19 seconds. So even though they're all fighting it out, they're still catching up to Pete. Now Jaden on Wobbly here.
Oh yeah, it's Wobbly, yeah.
But Jamie Wilson right behind, and Jaden's got to decide what he wants to do here. If I was Jaden, I would probably fuel save a little bit here. I just heard a car going up against a wall there. I could be wrong, but Wobbly is catching with some pace to Stevens, so I wonder if maybe Stevens lifted. It's also a possibility as well. RDJ and Euro going into the pit lane as we speak. And wow, just look at this. Do wonder as well if Jaden's inadvertently giving a bit of a push to Wobbly as well.
Maybe. We'll never know if I can't get a camera on them. There we go.
When in doubt, blimp it out.
Yeah.
Oh, Jaden nearly.
Oh my.
Jaden does not need that inside line just there. Oh, that was so close. And Jamie Wilson losing a lot of pace here, but I do feel it's because the Audi's throwing up on the floor at the moment.
Yeah, yeah.
Or doggy paddling across.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. That's just such a terrible sight. And Jaden going for the pass on Wobbly, but he is on the wetter part of the course. Oh, I thought Jaden had gone a little bit too late there, but breaks in a good time and gets the pass. Oh, no. Or does he?
No, that was Stephen.
Has cut the course.
Yeah.
And Jaden's going to have a great launch out of that corner. Jamie as well. And Stephen Walker has a slowdown to serve, but as it is wet, it will be a little easier for him to serve it.
Or will it?
Yeah, Jaden's going to have a fair... There we go. He's got it in. Now, what does Jaden do here? He's got to watch out for perhaps dive from Wobbly here. But Jaden's going to play it safe. No, not at all. That's Wobbly losing a couple of positions just there. Carl coming out of the pits and Michael Hall with a meatball.
What is this now? Where is he?
Stephen Walker going very wide on that corner there. But good line from Stephen. Gets him a couple more attempts away from Jaden. Now Jaden's got a bit of an Audi problem behind if Jamie gets... and Jaden's taken far too much of that curb. And Jamie is... I'll be very surprised if Jamie does not get the move done on this straight, but... Or does he stay behind and get some fuel saving done? Jaden's got to be very wary of how much across the line he goes there.
Yeah, definitely. I'm wondering whether Pete Newman's just going to stay on slicks for the whole race. Because if he pits, he's going to have to spend 20-odd seconds getting his tyres changed or more. These guys will overhaul him.
I do feel he's made that gamble on purpose at the same time. I bet he's felt that the amount of time that he loses on dries on a wet track isn't as much time as what those who started on wets or changed to wets will lose right now. And to this get nice and close here, Wobbly slowly losing the pace of those in front, over a second behind Jamie.
Stephen, I thought
Stephen, yeah, it just flashed up saying he was going in the pits there, but he just went that close. And there's a lot of them going over to that right-hand side.
Logan's gone to pits. And Logan's clearly out of fuel, or can't get another lap out of it.
Oh, and I thought Stephen went over the wall just there. And Jamie's going to take the inside here, but surely that Audi... Oh,
Audi's just not got it. Oh, look at it wriggle.
The Audi is just squirreling like crazy right now. And look at the aquaplaning of these.
He's not
like, wait for me! Wait for me!
Why do you cheat with your higher rev limits?
I'm actually surprised that Jamie's kept up with him there.
I'm surprised that Audi hasn't exploded.
New pants time.
Switching
From
all
David
over.
Scott in chat.
What?
New pants time.
Yeah.
This is seriously impressive stuff going on from these drivers at the moment. Pete Newman is still 17.5 seconds in front. Those who are just joining, we apologise in advance for any extreme views of trees that you go end up seeing.
Yeah.
Jaden's taking the outside line here, and Jaden could be about to get the job done against Stephen Walker. And Stephen looking for the up and under. That may be successful, but Jaden's going to have the shorter inside line going up. And I think Jaden's actually, I think Jaden's got the move done.
Yes.
Brilliantly
done. Brilliant.
He's going to have to watch out here for Stephen's attack, as Stephen may be forced to attack here because Jamie Wilson, if not, is going to perhaps make a move on that inside. But just having a look there, and Jaden's going to go through. He's going to go through with the better line as well. And with the rules that we were saying with the dry track, where you're going to be doing a bit of pack racing, when it's raining, you can afford to try and get away from everybody else.
Yeah.
But once again, Jaden going all over that curb there.
Yeah. Can't see a thing. He sailed it through that corner there a bit. So did Stephen, actually.
What's impressive is Pete still being on slicks. Sure, they have higher top speed on the slicks, but still keeping up on the track. Yes, absolutely. And we've seen many who've decided to still gamble with the dries end up crashing out as well, especially on that second corner of the very bumpy oval. And I tell you what, I don't know if Pete's made a mistake somewhere, because he's suddenly gone from 17 seconds to 14 seconds in front. Logan McKinsey with a slowdown down in 7th place, chasing Tony Walker in Pro-Ams. And this might be the lap that we see Pete Newman finally come in.
Possible. No.
In the words of DJ Khaled, and another one. I'll never do that again, I promise.
I thought you were going to do one more time for a minute, but
if we were in France, then absolutely some Daft Punk, but
right. So these three at the minute have been inseparable for quite a long time now. Wobbly falling astern by to the tune of 1.3 seconds.
He's not losing as much as I thought, really, to be honest. He's kind of having to really hope here on Jamie falling back enough in that Audi that he can get the smallest amount of slipstream in these struggling wet conditions, which he's doing. Look how much he's gaining on the group in front of him now. And Stephen Walker is back in front of Jaden. And if we're about to go too wide, we need to blimp it out, because this could end up being... Stephen's on that horrible inside line, and oh my god. Oh! And a little bit of contact just there from Stephen as he flashes straight up to the top.
That's got to be damaging somebody's car.
I cannot believe that they are
How
both
are they still alive?
and that's not Stephen's fault at all. That is just literally just how cruel that inside line is on the wet. I'm surprised they went too wide into there, but this is going to go so close. I don't know if there's any steering damage here between both, but now this suddenly turns into who can outbrake the others into Valiante, and Stephen's not going to have a great line coming out of there, but it's enough to get the move done. And wow, I can't believe they are both still in this race.
No, I know.
Wow.
That was a big hit as well.
Yeah, that was not gentle at 250 kilometers an hour. And now we've got Jamie Wilson coming at the back, who's obviously smelt blood after seeing those two make contact. Once again, we don't know if this has caused any steering issues yet between both of them, any wheel damage. Jamie Wilson keeping behind. Maybe he's already seen what these two are capable of in the battle and wants to see a bit more. Wow, Stephen Walker with a slowdown, although he served it quite quickly there. Yeah. So you're going to be seeing, Pete, with these rain conditions, a lot of unorthodox lines that you're not going to be taking into the dries. And Jamie Wilson's going to have a look on the inside. A bit of curb, a little bit of a tap, and Jaden just getting bullied about at the moment. And this has allowed Wobbly to finally catch up to this group and possibly dispatch.
What is going on with Pete Newman?
Jamie Wilson. This is just Pete probably struggling a little bit on the tyres now. He's still in the slicks. The track's only getting wetter and wetter, plus the dries are wearing out as well at the same time. Not at a great pace and rate, but enough that I'm still surprised Pete is out there on the track on dries. Could change any time now.
Andy Littler to the pits. Wonder if he'll switch.
Demis as well. Demis with a meatball.
Oh, what?
And Pete, Pete is finally in the pit lane.
Is he? Let's just watch what happened to...
Oh, well. That was blinking, you miss it.
Yeah, that was... In the how to take apart an Elantra without using a spanner. Okay, live. Everybody's in the pits. It's a big crowded house here.
Yep, and it's going to be Pete Newman we're probably going to be focusing on here. He has a tyre change at the same time.
Is he up on the jacks?
He is, I think. It's
no.
hard to...
No. He's gone out on slicks.
He's going back out on slicks. And the last 20 minutes of the race. Pete, right. if Pete pulls this off, this will be the biggest... Oh, wow, look how quickly everyone's going out.
Yeah.
Stephen's gone. Jaden's gone.
How long have we got left? 20 whole minutes.
20 minutes, 11 seconds. I don't know. I feel Pete's
I don't think he's got enough of a gap, yeah. They were taking 3 seconds a lap out of him before. He's still got 11 seconds.
That's 3 laps. So 9-10 minutes.
So nearest car is Stephen Walker. Rene is in the pits again, but he's recovering this race. He's doing really well. Darrell Wright's up 17 places. What's he been
Jeff
eating?
Saunders up 16.
Wow.
Some great racing, and too, it's especially in the mid pack impressive for those in the Audis with the disadvantages the Audi obviously has at this course. With it being raining, it's become a little bit of an equaliser for everybody, especially the amount of people having to slow down, especially into the banked corners of the oval during the rain. So that has massively helped those in the Audi. Obviously not on the straights there, but it's every little helps.
For a particular supermarket chain. Yeah.
Oh, your mum's go to Monza.
Saying, I'm crying. I'm going to wait 20 minutes and rejoin again. Is that your repair time? Well, we did see what happened, and yeah.
If Chesney gets out on track, he potentially gets a freebie from Simon Trendle into 25th.
Yeah, I thought I heard screeching of tyres then. So Jamie Wilson's kind of lost Wobbly, who's kind of lost Jaden. I know you can't see them, but these two are still together, Jaden and Stephen, after the door banging exercise. Maybe they've used their fast repair. Thomas Asboth with another meatball, and that's a crabbing car.
Yeah, he's coming out of turn one.
Oh, and lovely steering wheel.
Straight. Yeah. Oh, 4 times. So we already know exactly how that one's happened as well.
Yes, we do.
Oh, he's taking this inside line. This could end up being disastrous.
Yeah, because if
He's
it
going to have to go a
snaps on
lot
him.
slower than usual. It's so bumpy on that inside for turn number 2.
Yeah.
Still drivable in the dry, but that's the dry. Logan with a slow down in 6th place at the moment. And, oh.
That was the incident. Oh, no! We have another
Oh, that's Fraser!
Yeah.
Or is that Paul?
No, that's Fraser.
It's Fraser. And so Fraser was leading the AMs, and that's exactly where Chesney, who he was battling with earlier, was fighting with him as well. So,
Yep. So the crashes are not over, folks. Tamas trying his desperate best to control the car, but his steering wheel is off to the left at 10
that's
to...
Chris Dixon as well, who's gone back to the pits with a meatball.
What? Yeah,
Look at the smoke from the pits. Slow down for Kyle Hardy, slow down for Tamas.
Yeah.
But they swap positions regardless.
What did Chris Dixon do? Oh, really? If you want any scrap parts for your TCRs, folks, then just find this corner.
Oh.
Same again. Same again. Catching so many people out. Engine gone immediately. Right, let's go back to the racing. Jaden and Stephen, as they were. Wobbly can see them. Jamie can see Wobbly. Nobody can see Pete Newman, but he's lost 3 seconds that last lap. The lead is now 8 seconds.
Yep, Wobbly over the radio has pleaded with Jaden to work with Steve so they can catch up to Pete. Not because he's been a good teammate to Stephen Walker, but because F Pete.
Yeah, okay.
Not you,
no.
Pete Newman.
Yeah. That's funny. So
these two working together, you would just hate to see Eura accidentally bin it, and you have a Hydro Forces car going into him as well. And we see, yep, Fraser in the chat. It's a me.
That's a wall strike
geez,
from Ron. From Ronald.
And also, why doesn't he just tow? Why do you drive with so much damage on the track? Well, towing at that part of the track would be a hell of a lot of time. I'm pretty sure, seen it done before, was about 4.5 minutes.
Yeah.
But if you get around the track with in under that, and obviously Tamas is still fighting for a really good position here. He's jumped into the pit lane. Hopefully he hasn't used his fast repair.
You wouldn't drive all the way around.
Slow down for Pete.
What?
Slow down for Pete Newman, and slow down for Stephen Walker. Slow down for Jaden.
So everybody's pushing the limit now. Give me a camera, for God's sake.
Yeah, it's all happening on Seconda Variante.
Yeah.
And now we go to Ascari, and it's all going on. It's getting closer and closer. Wobbly is caught up with Jaden as well. Jaden nearly 8 tenths behind Stephen Walker.
Define fun, Fee, because if you find this fun, surely it's torture. Jamie Wilson's still in touch with this group, and really in a chance of winning this, because they've got to do some overtaking at some point soon. Gotham Manning
That's a big cut just there from Stephen Walker.
Yeah, who's Gotham Manning again? I should know this. Maybe it's wet enough now, so the slicks is close enough. No, it's not. And then, holy crap! It was his next message. That's brilliant.
Yeah, I was about to say that. So yeah, David Johansson.
Of course.
I'm just looking at this now. Tamas in the pits, and it looks like Tamas didn't have a fast repair, because I think you said earlier actually he'd already had a meatball at some point in this race.
He had, yeah.
Hopefully it's nothing too severe.
Someone just popped up on the jacks in the pits. I think it was Andy Littler. No, it wasn't. Who's in the pits?
It might. It's got Tamas, we've got Dixon, we've got Dennis as well. And Pete Newman's lead is now only 4 seconds with 14 minutes to go.
Stephen, not yet able to see him.
We'll be out on that straight. It will just come into view, and that might be the... Oh, so look how much extra time Pete's getting on Stephen Walker there.
Yeah.
It's 4.2, so obviously the slicks, even with this amount of water on the road, are still quite quick. Yeah, I know, right?
Jamie's going to be deaf. He's not going to be able to do an interview.
It sounds like he's inside the music video for Betty Benassi's Satisfaction, but
Yeah.
not with the music, with the pneumatic drill.
So is Wobbly going to play ball and team ride to catch Pete Newman, or is he going to do some overtaking?
On the radio, I think he said he's not.
Right.
But we'll see what happens here, because if any of them make a wrong move here,
they're going to take everybody out.
This could spell absolute disaster. Fantastic for Jamie, who will somehow get an Audi Monza combined into second. But 3.7 seconds. Pete Newman just in that one corner losing 4/10.
Wow. Yep, lead down to 3.7 seconds. He was 20 odd seconds in the lead at one point. So I think we are about 1/3 of the field with damage.
See what Jaden's struggling through that part of the course there.
RDJ
and Jura both swapping around.
In fact, RDJ flying past Jura. Must have been a planned switch.
Just having a quick look, see if we... Oh, just Chesney back on the road now to try and get a couple of laps out and maybe a couple of freebies at the same time.
Why not? I mean, you only have
one
to do
lap behind
some laps.
Simon.
Yeah, exactly. You can beat Simon Trundle.
Oh, there's Pete Newman. Oh, 1.2 seconds. So I think Pete's gone wide somewhere else. And it's now under a second. Now, how's Pete going to get through? Look at how much he's avoiding every single curb that he can. And Stephen Walker breathing down his neck. Is it enough for a dive and hope that Pete gets in between Stephen and Jaden? And I think we could be looking for a potential pass here. Takes that inside. Pete's going to take the outside, but that's only going to help him so much here.
Yeah.
The traction on those wets just gets Stephen Walker through, and Stephen Walker returns to the lead at Monza combined. Now, can Stephen keep this lead versus a very good in the rain Jaden and Wobbly, and Jamie Wilson, who's mastered the Audi to 100% completion? But maybe Pete on the straights is going to have enough here to carry on battling, and it will be absolutely audacious if Pete Newman on dries tries a move here.
Oh, he's into the wall.
A little bit of a
into the
hit against the wall, and look at that momentum that Jaden's got right now. Jaden slows down a little bit.
Yeah, Jaden's out of the gas.
No way. Pete, what are you doing? Pete.
If you go low on this wall, you're going to wipe out yourself and someone else, I think.
Jaden lets Pete through, but that's just allowed Wobbly. Does Wobbly have the stones to try and go for it? He doesn't. Bjorn goes into the pits, and you can hear the wall getting tapped.
Yeah, that was Stephen again. 2 more hits.
As someone mentioned years ago, that is actually the sound of metal of a wall being hit, not of someone trying to eat a Frey Bentos pie without taking it out of the metal packaging.
That was Carl Hardy. Oh dear. And that was David Ayres that said that.
Right, so Pete breaking on the inside there, and Jaden's going to take him on the outside.
3 places in 1 corner.
Wow. It was a hell of an effort, and it still is a hell of an effort from Pete to be surviving. Crazy. 1 hour 10 on a wet Monza combined.
Others have crashed with wets, and he's managed to not crash with slicks.
I tell you what, Pete's still fighting with Wobbly.
Ooh,
maybe.
Ooh.
And that would actually be the second time that Wobbly's been turned there this week.
Would it? Where's
yes.
Pete gone?
And Pete
he sailed through that first corner.
Yeah. No,
Oh!
Jaden going for a move on the lead, taking that inside, but Stephen's going to have a quicker outside here. This could allow Jamie Wilson a chance to maybe make a similar move. He has stuck it on the
Logan,
inside of
slow
second to
down.
Scary before. But Jamie keeps his distance this time round.
Jamie
And once again,
Wilson.
is that Jaden once again taking all of the curbing, which... Oh, he's got a really good run on Stephen Walker here, though. And we could be in for another dive on the inside.
Stephen's gone
Stephen's going to be
defensive.
taking that inside line, and that is not the line you want to be taking into Ascari, but Jaden lets him have it.
But you don't want to be leading this race going into that last lap that you do you? Because
No, although... Yeah, although the advantage the rest of the
Wobbly
pack
gone?
has... That's the alternate layout. Although in the wet you don't have as much of an advantage being second, third in a pack, it's still there, and these are so comparable in speed right now that this is going to be some finish for the last 7 minutes. Jamie is doing so well with that Audi on this track, by the way.
Yeah, he's about to
This
overtake
is brilliant.
Jaden.
And we've already said if you go onto the right-hand side of that straight, you're going to get pulled into that pit wall.
Yeah. He's going to have to
Pete,
move
meanwhile...
or stay there. Look at the Audi on the
Just
left.
see Jeff Saunders.
Excuse me, coming through.
Jeff, through goes Jeff.
Why are you going so slow over there? Oh, Jaden into the wall nearly.
Yeah, and nearly wobbly as well. And now this is just about how much can you control this. And to be honest, if you're second or third, you can easily lift slightly here to give yourself that extra bit of stability. And look at Wobbly. Wobbly has...
Look at him, he's
And
in the
now
lake.
Jaden has to push Stephen Walker here, or else he's going to have a wild wobbly meatballs on his inside,
Wobbly
trying to cause a situation. And that's a great pass from Wobbly, by the way.
Slots
back in.
Nice. Oh, into the wall though.
Ooh,
Jamie's
an
going to
extra
get him.
side of
And Jaden.
chip in. Same with Jaden as well. That's going
And
to
Stephen.
come out of my bank account, that paint repair job. Wobbly's... I wonder if Wobbly's running a different wind setting to everybody else, because he is getting a horrific amount of speed out there right now. Now, what does Stephen do here? Does he's going to get pushed slightly by Wobbly, but he's also going to be on a very unideal. Jaden's braked a little bit later, as he can afford to in this moment in time. Stephen's going to grab that inside, and how much can you grip?
Plenty
Great
if you're
pass.
in a Veloster.
Yeah, and all three of them are in a Veloster.
Oh yeah. Right, so Yura and Ronald still together. Hitting the wall though, yeah. Good time for me to join them. These two are now together, which is Renee's just overtaken Bjorn. Is he going to get enough of a run? This is two Hondas. So there's no car advantage, disadvantage, difference at all. Just set up in skill. Renee.
Control right now, like I would not want to be in any of these slots position now, and it looks fun, but high stakes of a triple point scoring endurance race. Oh man, my heart would be coming out of my chest. Jaden Scott in the lead at the moment, 0.3 ahead of Stephen Walker with wobbly kneecaps, occupying the final place of that podium. And at the moment, Renee and Bjorn fighting for that 11th place. Bjorn's going to probably look for a quicker way out of there, but what we got to do to defend it there is keep it on the apex, and the person behind has nowhere to go, unlike Wobbly, who's just found a completely new dirt track line at the Temple of Dirt.
Yeah, that was the same extreme line he took on the previous laps.
But Parabolic and Stephen doing what he can to get into Jaden's mirror, and Jaden taking a bit of a wider line. This allows him to get his steering wheel a little bit straighter and perhaps get more speed out of the corner.
Oh, where are you going, Wobbly?
Oh, yeah, you don't want to be touching that too much. It is. So is the right-hand side of this straight, but I don't think Jamie's going to take it. Wobbly's going to drive on that side, and he loses a little bit more pace there. Meanwhile, Stephen Walker could be looking at a move here on Jaden. It is so close, and wow, the speeds that they're getting up there at the moment, even with wet tyres, Pete, they're doing 240 kilometers an hour
What?
up the top lane of the Monza Oval
Oh,
in the wet.
Fraser's crashed.
Could be
Just
looking
gonna
at a
watch
move.
this quickly. Is it a repeat of the last one? Fishy taily?
I think it is. It
yeah.
is.
Yoink and smash. Right, let's get back to this.
What a camera angle to come back to.
I know, yeah. And then trees, folks. We like trees apparently in this race. Let's go to the look.
Right, here we go.
two.
Stephen versus
Oh,
Jaden.
ow.
And Stephen.
And he's got in the wall.
Hugging that wall.
There.
Yep, that's going to cut the speed off, but I don't think it's going to have him lose Jaden. Jaden's still going to have to keep a watch on any late dives. He might end up surviving for... Oh! Jaden! Skidded on that painted line there.
Really?
Yeah.
Kind of missed that because I cut to another car. Nobody can stop.
No, I don't
Tyres
think
are
anyone
red
was
hot.
ready for... Oh, my
Look
God.
at the state of this. It's like 7-year-olds playing football.
Jaden just braked on the pit exit line, and you don't want to be braking on any painted lines at all.
No, not when it's wet.
And Fraser's just in the chat saying push too hard again. To be honest, with the state of this oval, yeah, it's a lot easier than you think it can be. And Stephen Walker returns to the lead. This time Jamie Wilson could be getting into the second, but instead Jaden with a great line and hop, skipping a jump through there. And we are on 1 minute 18. This could well be the final lap of the race, by the way.
Yeah, it is. It's white flag.
I've just heard some people are starting to run out of fuel.
What?
Logan McKinsey with a slowdown here may have saved Pete Newman and got Pete Newman a 5th place on dry tyres.
That's crazy.
But we might want to move to 4th place at the moment because Jamie Wilson is catching to Wobbly at an alarming rate here. And depending on what happens with Ascari, could shape the rest of the race. Parabolica might not even get a say to how this race finishes. Depending on how everyone wants to brake here, Jamie Wilson already knows that Wobbly takes a very aggressive wide line on the outside here. Does Jamie try and take advantage of that? What does Jaden do? Does Jaden do the same thing? I feel everyone's got through there okay-ish, but Stephen Walker just has to keep it going. And you know what? 30 seconds left. We could get one more lap.
They'll have to be damn quick about it, won't they?
25 seconds. 20 seconds. The finish line, Pete, is pretty much where the pit entrance is.
Yeah, it's really close
so
to this
15
end.
seconds, we could be at one more lap. I'm just having a quick look. We've got 10 seconds left, and we have a 1 lap shootout. Yeah, one more lap, which means those who are already complaining about running out of fuel, with 3 seconds left. With 3 seconds left, and this... I wonder if anyone in the top 4 is under fueled at all. As we see Bjorn go right up behind Rene just there, and this is going to be a battle going all the way through. Meanwhile, Jaden is catching Stephen Walker at an alarming rate here. You have Wobbly within 1.5, Jamie within 1.5, and now this could be the corner that changes everything.
You can hear that Audi from here.
This and what is... Oh, and... I have a really bad feeling about this, Pete. And Jaden to the top just keeps out the wall, same with Wobbly as well. And we are going to have, as RDJ and Euro both go into the pit lane, no one anticipating the extra lap here.
Yeah. Might see more than just those two as well.
And here it is. This is going to be the final chance. Wobbly with the speed of several sea biscuits extra. And what's going to happen here? Jaden keeping well away from that painted line this time around. Wobbly with a little bit of a push. They're on the brakes. Jaden on the inside line. Stephen with the outside. And it looks like Stephen's going to have the apex here. Wobbly's going to try and jump through, but a little bit of a tap just here. And Jaden with a fantastic exit out. Same with Stephen as well. And suddenly, the animal's going 2 by 2.
Just remember, this is 80 minutes of racing, and you can throw a small handkerchief over the top 4.
Yeah, you can put a Rizzler paper in this. It's and this is it. Onto second variant, and Jamie Wilson nearly there. Jaden overruns slightly, but I think Stephen Walker's going to get it. Walker runs wide and pushes Jaden into...
Wobbly's gone to the grass.
Oh yeah, I don't know what Wobbly's doing there.
Trying to keep out of danger, I think.
Possibly. And now it's up to Wobbly, and
Oh.
Wobbly hits him by the side of Jamie Wilson, taps him into the Astro just there. Depending on everybody's exit through this corner now, Jaden's going to have the run on
Oh,
Wobbly.
no!
Oh, and there's a turn!
That's it. It's happened. The closeness got too close. Jamie's away. Wobbly's trying to recover the car. Pete Newman's bearing down on him, but he's going to be okay for that one.
Yeah, Logan's only half a second behind Pete at the moment. But now it all comes down to Ascari and how Stephen Walker can handle the course there. But it looks like he's got through without too many problems. In fact, he's getting away from Jaden. Jaden may have to concede now unless something happens at Parabolica. Wobbly gets a slowdown at Ascari, but it is all about this final corner right now. Can Stephen Walker keep his head on his shoulders here? And it looks like he's going to be able to...
got so much damage, he's losing positions.
And it looks like Stephen Walker... Stephen Walker, once we go through the bushes like a peeping Tom, Stephen Walker gets the win at Monza combined with Jaden Scott in second, Jamie Wilson in third, Pete Newman.
Yeah, manages to
potentially,
get fourth,
let's have a quick look. And he does.
Logan
McKenzie up in fifth.
I think Logan might be out of fuel.
Logan's made it past the line though.
Wobbly is also out of fuel.
And this could be a chance for Tony Walker to steal an extra place, but I think it's going to be too little, too late.
He's going to do it.
We're just watching, and Tony with a massive amount of points there, which is going to be... Oh, wait.
No.
Wobbly let him through.
Wobbly let him go.
I can't remember off the top of my head if Wobbly had an incident with Tony earlier or something.
Maybe. It's not like Wobbly to give positions back. Bjorn Ritter. Where's Bjorn? Where is... Oh, no. Oh, he's on the last lap with this. What's happened here? Eh?
It's just stopped.
What, out of fuel stopped?
I'm not sure.
There's no other incident, that's it.
Unless he was running out of fuel and knew he wasn't going to make the line.
Yeah.
And only other thing. The only problem is if you go on track, if you reset and you go back a lap.
Yeah. So I don't know where that'll put him in the standings. That's very unfortunate. If you couldn't make it though, you're done, aren't you? If you know what I mean.
Yeah. And to be honest, you're going to be waiting a long time for another car to go all the way around the circuit to push you over the line.
Chesney is picking up positions quite quickly now. He's unlapped himself from... Oh, no, he isn't. He's got another... Oh, he'll get a position this lap.
In 12th place...
12th?
Steven Klauker.
Oh.
Winning the AMS. And finished in 12th on an endurance race with Darryl Wright in 14th by the looks of it as well. Just waiting for him to get round the final corner. That's going to be Oliver Payne as well in 16th, despite meatballs as well.
Is that Dietmar going super slow as well? Oh, he's in the pits, that's why. He's already finished. Where's Jeff?
Jeff's slowly making his way through. That's the final corner, and Jeff's going to get a fantastic 15th place as well. That puts him 5th in the Pro-Ams.
Is that Chesney behind him?
It is, yeah.
Yeah. So I think
Chesney finishing 25th.
Yeah, he'll pick up one position. Well done to these guys. Ollie Payne, well done to him.
16th, brilliant result. And Paul Hurley is still on track somewhere.
Yeah, he's doing all right.
I wonder if Paul's run out of fuel.
Oh.
And he's just trying to...
That doesn't sound like someone with fuel.
He has been on the radio saying about his fuel, so maybe just keeping it at a...
Yeah. But...
He's changed his car from sport mode to endurance mode.
Yeah.
Economy. Require a pacemaker after that. Wow.
That was just an insane... Insane race, that.
I can't wait to hear from any of those in the top four how they found that.
I don't even know what the standings look like yet because there's penalties to be issued out. Some cars didn't finish at all, and I don't know where they're gonna. Has he suddenly found some gear, some gas?
Probably just making sure you're probably going to hear that Honda very soon, just cough and splutter. I think Paul for the last 2 laps was probably just
being very careful about it.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know what Chesney's doing. They're doing some
Hashtag
donuts.
just Chesney things.
Yeah.
Oh no, they're just parking it very neatly in the designated car park.
Yes, of course. Why wouldn't you?
It's like a bunch of teenagers in the Argos car park after hours in their souped up mini metros.
Is it going to give me a finishing order yet? Yes, it is. Wow, okay. Right, well, let's see where Bjorn ended up. 18th after that. Okay. So, Stephen Walker takes the top prize here at Monza Combined for this endurance race for BSTV Esports. Jaden Scotton finished in second place in a dramatic finish for JC Academy Gold. Jamie Wilson finished third step of the podium, third in class, third in pro for Team Chimera, and a fantastic result that is in an Audi that was topping out everywhere. Pete Newman, should we call him Slick?
Very good.
Yeah, thanks. I need a nap now after that. He finished in fourth place for Result Clothing after doing the entire wet race on slicks. Logan,
insane.
Just mental. But he nearly got it done. Logan McKinsey finished in fifth for Yellow Flag Motorsport. And then the top Pro-Am car, Tony Walker, finished sixth after being let through, we think, by Wobbly for BSTV Esports. Wobbly finished in seventh, also, obviously, for BSTV Esports. A good points haul for that team. Michael Hall finished in 8th place for Result X Pure Sims. Renee Earhart was 9th for Cutting Corny on a recovery drive from lap 1. And got it back into a really good point scoring position. Ura Larkinen, 2nd in class, 10th on track for Hydro Race Racing Forces ahead of his own teammate, RDJ, Ronald de Jong. Then the first AM class car in 12th. Well done to Stephen Klauker. Carl Hardy finished behind him in 13th for Result Clothing, and then 2nd in class, 14th on track, Ura and Ronald, 2nd and 3rd in Pro-Am. Forgot to call that out. So Hydro Race doing a great job there in the Pro-Am class. We'll have to see how the points stack up after this one. So Carl Hardy at 13th for Result Clothing, Darrell Wright 2nd in class, 14th on track for Safeguard by Result. Jeff Saunders 15th, showing his speed there for JCA Academy Silver. Ollie Payne 3rd in class, 16th on track for Safeguard by Result. Well done. And then Paul Hurley 17th for Insignia Motorsport. Bjorn Ritter ran out of fuel sadly and reset 18th, lost a lot of positions in the end. A few caught out by the additional laps. 19th was Andy Littler for Work Guard. Dietmar Hoos was 20th for Cutting Corny TCR team. Fraser Garrity 21st for Insignia. Thomas Osboth 22nd for Spin and Toe Motorsport, and there was plenty of that going on. Demis Tigchalar 23rd for Hydro Race Racing Forces, with Chris Dixon 24th for Work Guard by Result. Chesney Vandenbroek first race back with us, 25th for JC Academy Gold. Simon Trendle 26th for Team Chimera after an incident involving a wall, and most of these cars around him also suffered that same fate. David Ayres being one of them, 27th tonight for Safeguard by Result. Harry Dyke finished in 28th. 29th, when the screen changes, was did I move more? Yeah. Was Deck Crowther for Blade Designs. His teammate Daniel Lewis finished in 30th. Chris Needham was 31st for Air Smart Racing. Stefan Goebel 32nd for VTS Esports, and I believe Mika Santa Helena did not start. Yeah, he didn't start. Wow, what a race of drama and rain. I didn't expect the rain, honestly. It was such a small percentage, and even then I just thought it would be like one drip off a tree somewhere on the track. That's given us quite a dramatic race, hasn't it? That's crazy.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I'm very surprised that we didn't get a big crash on lap one. Probably worth mentioning as well. To my knowledge, we didn't get a big.
No.
Yeah, no, it stayed pretty dry, which is fantastic. That was probably our biggest fear going into this, and instead the drivers kept their cool through it and decided to wait until it started raining when they started crashing.
Yeah, yeah, literally that. Yeah, it was just a bit crackers that. My session's decided to reset itself, so now I don't know where anybody finished. I'll try and get a camera on a car in order to do these interviews, and let's see who is in the interview booth. Quite a lot of people actually. Let's grab. Let's grab. As everything resets again on my screen. Race winner, is he there? Yes, he is. Now I can't find the live booth. There we go. Welcome to the booth. Race winner, Stephen Walker. Good evening, Lucky Wookie Walker.
Hola, ¿cómo
Hola.
está?
Yeah, we're in Italy, not Spain.
Grazie mille.
On a scale of 100 to 100, how exciting was that?
10 trillion.
10 trillion. Excellent. That's
Yeah,
what we like
that
to hear.
was
A ridiculous
hectic.
number. Yeah, that was absolutely crazy. It was a night of slowdowns. It was a night of scraping along the barrier, because we saw you do that quite a lot. We saw
Yeah,
you wanting a green and yellow car instead of a pink and black one at one point. Talk us through the chaos that you've just endured.
I don't know where to start really. I'd had a whole strategy planned out. I was like, we'll be in the tow. I might be able to do 10 laps. Definitely got to do 9 because then it's only 2 stops. So I had it all planned out, and then go into quality. It's not till the end of qualifying when I looked at the weather and was like, guys, I think it might rain. And I was like, oh, we'll see what it does when it flips over to the race session. And then obviously as soon as it flips over, it's raining, and I'm like, okay, brilliant. And I was like, well, it's only raining small amounts. Let's go with dries. Otherwise, you'll lose like a crazy amount of time. If like I thought it might rain like harder, and then I think Logan pitted. I was like, no, I want to go to the end on this tank of fuel and then change, because I don't want to ruin any of my pit strategy kind of thing. I want to be able to like stick to what I know. So then, yeah, I did that, and then I saw Pete left, and I was like, he hasn't changed his tires. And at first, I was like, that's a bit silly, and then I realised that when you've got wet tires on, most of this track is a straight, right? So when you've got wet tires on, you sacrifice top speed. So every time we got into a straight, Pete would be 3 to 4 miles an hour quicker.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's why the gap pretty much stayed as it was, particularly for the first 3/4 of the race. And I don't know what happened at the end. Maybe it just got a little bit wetter. That's what she said.
Not to me.
Oh.
What's Wallace Island? Yeah, or he just made a mistake, or I don't know what happened basically. But obviously we caught him, and I knew we had to get him. I had to pass him at some point in a corner, because on the straight he was going to be quicker, but on the dry tires, and all of us, I think there was 3-4 cars around him on wets, it was going to be sketchy. So I was just hoping we'd make it through the race basically. And yeah, it was a bit mental. Everyone wanted to fight, and that was fine. It was just I was just having to keep an eye on my fuel numbers. But then with it raining, I was having to let off a little bit into braking zones, because I wasn't sure where to brake on any given lap. So
Really?
it kind of all kind of just played into its hands. It just kind of fell into place, really, I've got to say. Wobbly helped out, been a good teammate, with a good battle with Jaden. I nearly killed us both on the banking, because
Oh my God, yes.
I'd not so in throughout the entirety of it being wet, I'd not really gone on that line. And I was like, oh, it should be fine as long as I don't go on the white line, the yellow line that's in between, because obviously that's the slippery bit. I was like, oh, it'll be fine. And all of a sudden, it just was like, nah, mate, I'm off to the left. I was like, no, what are you doing? And look, I mean, it was a 4X, but I didn't get any damage for it. I don't know if he didn't, but also we were pitting at the end of the lap anyway, so fast repair to fix the cars anyway. So I must admit, I know I say it a lot when I'm in here, but we definitely both got a little bit lucky that it could have ended like my race and the official the day before.
Yeah. So I'm going to put a poll up, see if we want to do this track every race from now until whenever, really.
No, never. I hate it. It's stupid. It's literally the stupidest idea ever.
But it's been one of the funniest races I've seen in ages.
I think the rain spiced it up. Like I say, I wasn't even expecting it. I didn't even think to check the weather. I should have done. It's my own fault. But I just had this whole plan, this whole strategy planned out. And as soon as it started raining, I was like, well, that's out of the window. But obviously, that is what makes it fun. Like it's not like I didn't enjoy it. It's just it's a good element to have, and it's good that we can have that. Like Jaden started on wet tires and ended up second by less than a second because we had to waste an extra 20 seconds changing on all fours. So if it had stopped raining halfway through that stint, he would have then lost that extra 20 seconds. So he took a gamble. It pretty much nearly worked out for him. We had a good battle into that last couple of corners. It was like the last lap. I didn't want to be leading, but then I was like, well, actually, no, I do, because then I can dictate where he goes, and I just misjudged it. So it was quite lucky we got through the second. It's not Lesmo, but the second chicane.
Ascari.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really good. Yeah, hectic but fun. Like shout out to Wobbly, helped, and my brother as well. He had a good race.
Yeah, Wobbly's in. Oh, he was in the chat. He's gone.
Yeah.
How come he parked it and let Tony through? Did he do some bumping with him?
He had a bit of damage. Plus, he's not really in the championship. Whereas
no, he's not.
My brother is. So he was like, I don't want to take points off him. And it helps Tony out. It helps the team. Well, we would have got the same points either who finished where or whatever. Thinking about it now, but yeah, I mean, it was only because he had that little tangle with Jamie, like iRacing physics. Well, actually, it's not iRacing physics; it's any racing game physics. Yes. I hate it when people say, "Oh my god, it's iRacing." No, it's all physics on all games I've ever played online that involve cars, and I've played a lot of them. So screw them. But yeah, no. It just winds me up when people say that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
no, you're right.
That's a whole other thing. It happens in every game in the exact same way. Yeah, it just helped. Like he wouldn't have done that obviously if he'd been up there. We would have got more team points. But I ended up missing last week because my eldest had a performance at college. So I was like, which he didn't tell me about until the day before. So I was like, well, yeah, obviously I'm going to be there, you idiot. But can I get a bit more notice? So yeah, like I'm not in the championship, but I was happy to win a race. I don't know if that's my first one this season or maybe second one.
Second, I think.
Yeah, I think I've won one, and it's just nice to be up there.
No, very good. I have not got a clue where we go next week.
VIR, I believe, because that's one of the greatest tracks ever.
Yes, it is.
I think the run-in for the rest of the season are tracks that I actually enjoy. Like the last 3 or 4, like Summit Point. I'm kind of glad I missed it because I think it should be nuked.
I can't agree with you on that one.
Summit Point is an awful track. It's god awful.
Awfully awesome.
Well, yeah. No. We got VIR. You are absolutely right. Then we've got the Algarve.
Brilliant. Absolutely one of the best tracks ever.
Then you've got Super Sprints at Brands.
I hate Brands. But it's better. I'd rather race Brands Hatch than Summit Point or Watkins Glen.
Right, and then a track that I find very, very boring to round out the last race of the season, Barcelona.
Yeah, see, I don't think it's the greatest track, but I'm not too bad at it, and I kind of enjoy because I believe is it the historic one? Which
is historic.
Yeah, it's got the better last sector.
No dumbass.
It just flows a bit more. No, flows a bit more. It's a good track, I think, for these cars. Only just though.
No, very well done, and what a great performance tonight. Any shout outs you want to make before we let you go?
Yeah, once again, you and Jay and Sam and the rest of you team behind the scenes that put on a good show. I can't remember how many cars. Last I looked, 31 cars tonight.
33. Maybe. Well, Mika didn't actually start the race, but he did qualify, so
No.
Yeah,
Well, we'll count him as being there.
absolutely. Why not?
So yeah, I mean that's massive. We're towards the business end of the season, coming up week 8, and now we're in, aren't we? I
Yeah,
think?
week
Yeah.
8. Yeah.
So everyone's enjoying it. It's brilliant. Just good fun. Shout out to Wobbly as well, for being a good team sport. My brother having a really good race. Yeah, and the rest of the guys, like, difficult conditions, anything could have happened. Jaden as well, great battle. I had a great battle with Jamie as well. It was annoying because I was like, Jamie, leave me alone. Like, let's move forward. Stop battling me. But then it's my own fault because I kept going off. So yeah, no, just brilliant. It was good fun all night. To be fair, even though I was, well, yeah, I was less stressed than say my brother was, but it was still good. At the start of the race, I was like, I don't care about leading. I'll do it. I'm not bothered. I'll take the hit. Like I knew what I was going to do, and the rain threw it all up into the air anyway, which also was great. So shout out to the rain.
Yeah, we got some good style points from you on the broadcast. It's just the one where you went off track on lap 2, was it? And found the sand
Oh yeah,
at Ascari.
yeah. I
Yeah,
just hit the curbs a bit too. I took too much curb at the wrong angle.
yeah.
Um,
Just pointed you
and
through the air,
yeah,
didn't it?
yeah. I'm just seeing it now. Like, I'm not sure how I kept it out of the wall there.
Yeah. No, skills with a Z.
Ah, grassy ass.
Yeah, grassy, always. In that case, we will very much look forward to seeing you at VIR, winning that one probably next week. Stephen, Lucky Wookie, multiple previous champion Walker.
Cheers, guys. Grassy ass.
I'm gonna have to remind myself of who did what. Jaden next. Let's bring Jaden in. Jaden. Are you going to interview Jaden? I think you should. It only feels
Sure,
fitting.
if you really want, I suppose.
I think so. Yeah. So welcome to the booth. Second place tonight, but really only just Jaden Scotton.
Hello.
Hello, Jaden. First of all, 2 laps in, what was you thinking about your switch to wets to start the race off with?
I thought it's so over. What I was thinking. I just heart drops. I thought it isn't working at all. I was dropping so much time at the start. It was a bit, it was a complete slapdash decision to start on wets. I didn't get a chance to look what other people were doing. I just went with my heart, and then I realised no one else has gone for this. And yeah, it was a painful start to the race. But I still kept doing the best I could, and thank God it kept raining. It came back to me.
Yeah, we were a little bit shocked by how much of a difference there was between the wets and the dries. For uh, future decisions like that for everybody who's listening now, the wets and the dries have a significant amount of straight line difference, especially if you're on a track just like this one. But luck did start to turn to your side because once those who were on dries started to pit their tyres, they got what you were hoping to catch them up on, tyre change pit time. So with those extra 10-15 seconds it took for those to get all their tyres changed, it, like you said, you went back into the fold, and then suddenly in a 4-way battle with yourself, Stephen Walker, Jamie Wilson, and who else was there as well? It was Wobbly as well for pretty much the rest of the race, and some of that looked absolutely exhilarating. But there was one moment in particular that I want to highlight on, just to get what was going through your mind on I can't remember which lap it was, but I know it was turn number 2, where Stephen had taken the inside line, and he's come in and already told us he didn't have much experience at all of taking that inside line in the wet, and then he went up the track. When that hit happened, what was going through your mind?
I was going down the straight and thinking, he's not going to. He's not going to.
Strangely,
It's
Pete,
like, and
that's
it's going
exactly
to,
what we said,
please
wasn't
don't,
it?
please don't. And
Yeah,
then
it really was.
I knew it was only going one way. Well, it was going with him hitting me. In that moment, I thought, here we go, I'm about to be out of the race. But I think by pure luck, I've got out of it. I took my fast player, I had probably a little bit of damage. But my car was fine pretty much. I think that could have gone very differently. I don't know if he thought it was safe to go low, or I don't know what was going through his mind. But no harm was done in the end, so you can move on from it.
Yeah, I think if you've never done the inside line, and through the drive we've been doing below and above that yellow line, anyone I think probably would have done the same as Stephen and tried that inside line there. But at least we all know for next time, probably not the best thing to do. There was so many retirements on that corner, just people trying their best to keep it on that top line, tapping the wall or just losing control of the car. It was insane. Chesney's crash in particular was absolutely insane. I
look forward to
implore
seeing
that
it.
you need to search for that one, because that was I couldn't believe how much that car was not stopping. It definitely wasn't when it was a couple of feet in the air as well, but I won't spoil that too much for you on that one. Next week we are at the VIR, which I think everyone is praying is a little bit drier. How do you find VIR? Are you a fan of the track?
Yeah, I like Virginia. I mean, again, it's just nice to have what will hopefully be a little bit of normalcy, because it's just been a crazy run of races. So yeah, return to some more down to earth TCR action in the dry, maybe. We'll see.
Unfortunately, the weather's telling me there's a 90% chance of tornadoes next
Oh
week,
yeah,
so
why not? Why not?
we get to see the Velociripper going through VIR next week. But until that happens and we get on site for filming of Twister 3, anyone that you want to give a shout out to tonight?
Yes, teammates. Chesney, great to have him back. Really good to have him back. Logan was in the chat as well. It's nice to have him. And Steven as well, because that's him on the win. It was a great fight. It got pretty close times, a bit of contact, but I think it was hard touring car racing and I was left.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Wet weather as well, so that will obviously bring things a little bit closer together. But no, great shout outs just there, and a fantastic result, and fight back from what you thought was a strategy blunder turned out to actually not be too bad and keep you up there. So congratulations again on that one. We'll hopefully see you next week as well. Ladies and gentlemen, your runner up today, Jaden Scotton.
Very cool. Good interview. Now
Thank you.
now we're going to grab Mr. Jamie Wilson. Good evening.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Or whatever the...
Why is
Bonjour,
everyone
no,
doing...
sorry.
Bonjour.
Why is everyone doing a different
I
language
don't know. We've
tonight?
got Spanish. Now I've had French. I mean, look outside.
English.
Obviously,
No.
What about Del Boy French? Au revoir.
Au revoir, Rodders.
Mange two.
With the old Charlie Timmocks on the side. But
Oh, God.
Oh, dear.
needed a few of those
How
against
was,
the wall. But
How was BSTV's horticultural hour then?
Yeah, it was brilliant. Honestly, the cameras are awful. They are absolutely geared for the normal track. So as soon as you go anywhere near that oval, trees. And then all three cameras are trees. So it's a lot of chopper cam, I'm afraid, this week for anybody going to watch
Well,
this.
we were closing our eyes driving through it most of the time anyway, so it makes no difference.
Yeah, where do you even begin? I mean, the Audi was hilarious when you were going down any of the straights because it was just going
Yeah. That's why I did the thing on the back. Yeah.
Yeah. How deaf are
People
you
knew
now?
when I was. Oh yeah, I was just saying in the other channel, it sounded like an old '80s Vax Hoover that's then inside an industrial tumble dryer.
Oh dear.
That's the closest analog I can think of to the sound. So
Yeah, that's a bit
very annoying.
crackers that. Did you have an amazing time though? Because it looked ridiculous.
It was certainly interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, this would have been interesting even if it was dry because of the nature of the track. But yeah, that certainly threw a spanner in the works. And there was quite a few kind of discussions going on, but not just amongst me and Simon, but everyone else by the sound of it, in terms of what to do at the first stop and all that kind of thing. So the strategy was pretty wide open, as obviously Pete demonstrated.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't miss out on it by a great deal, if you're being fair with him.
No, Simon
caught
tried the
two
same
laps
thing.
from the end, and then you're proven to be wrong, if you know what I mean. But it would have looked
There's
so
a world
positive.
in which that would have worked.
Exactly that.
And
Yeah.
fair play to him for going for it. So Simon went for it as well, just on the basis of, well, there's two of us, let's split strategies.
Yeah.
On that sort of last lap before we pitted, it's sort of a lot of I'm and ahhing going on of should we do this or not, But he, unfortunately, when he had previously in previous discussions changed to wet tyres in his box or whatever, he'd switched it back to dry but forgotten to turn them off again.
Oh right.
So he ended up accidentally taking the tyres, but he realised it and in such a way that he ended up just taking fronts.
Yes.
So he only got sort of half the advantage that Pete did. So that wouldn't have worked, but we didn't know that at the time. And as it turned out, the way the track just got wetter when it did, and this is a credit to Pete for hanging on, just got so sketchy on the slicks that I think he dropped it into the turn one of the oval.
He did, yeah. It was quite a big crash as well.
Yeah, not surprised. I mean, it was hilarious going through there at that point in the race, especially on slicks, because the first time well, both of us, the first time we both had the "whoa, hello, there's a river there" moment, is the car leered to the left, so it was because the front caught it and it just straight lined, and so I thought, I don't want to be running up high then, because if it does it up there, I'm just going to go straight in the fence.
Yeah.
And so for 2/3 of that race, I was running that sort of lower line, and it was an absolute death trap, including on wets eventually. It was only very late in the race that I realised that actually running up high avoids the worst of it. So I was just running the unsafe line for most of the race.
Right, gosh. Right, that's
So I
a
don't know
bit
if you
crazy.
wouldn't have seen it because of the trees, but I looked like Colin McRae driving that thing around there, and not in his car, in his helicopter.
Honestly, when the cameras did very occasionally work, it looked like you guys were at Mach 3 going round that oval. They looked so much faster than on any other track.
Yeah,
I don't think
other
I've ever
razors are
noticed that
available.
before. Yeah, yeah. Other coloured underpants are as well, because most people were only wearing brown. And then on that last, on the last lap, you and Wobbly having a proper ding dong after the second Lesmo, was it?
Yeah. So I was able to hang in there. Obviously losing out on the straight. There's a point where he bump drafted me on the back straight, which was quite funny, because that's why I put the thing on the back of the car saying vehicle limited, because like I could be bump drafted by Concorde and it still wouldn't have made it go any quicker. But the all of my opportunity was going to come on the GP track, especially if they all tripped over each other, because I felt I was pretty good into turn one of the GP track and through that section. So at that point it's just I ain't lifting mode, because it's the last lap, and yeah, just I got a run on I guess it was Jaden, and Wobbly ended up on the right, and he came on the chat straight away afterwards and basically said he kept his foot in too long, because the faster line is around the outside there, but he was just pushing too hard on the inside to not understeer.
Yes, yeah.
I couldn't really do anything, so he pit moved himself pretty much. Which is a shame, because it then sort of stopped any chance of moving forward beyond that. But still, I'm pretty happy with third.
I would be, definitely. I mean, you're in the car with arguably the greatest disadvantage in the fact that everybody else had like X amount of extra miles an hour on you.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's lucky that the weather gods shined upon the Audi, because if it was a dry race, we would have been further back.
Right, okay. Then yeah, I've been telling people all night, when I booked that session, it said 8%, that's all it said, and it said something silly like 0 to 100% cloud cover, so that really was anything goes, if you know what I mean. But I didn't expect rain at all, if I'm being perfectly honest. I thought, all right,
When's your next trip to Vegas?
Well, yes.
With those odds?
Yeah, I'll lose all my
I mean,
money
we were doing
really quick.
craps every lap, but that's a different time.
Yeah. Oh dear. A VIR
Very
we
good.
go to next week, and I know you like that track. That's a lovely
Yes.
technical sweeping track. You know, the Audi shouldn't be as disadvantaged there because the straights aren't. Well, one straight is long enough for it to hit its rev limiter, isn't it?
Yeah, it's long enough. The Audi's advantage on the straight is a bit of a misconception because it's only on a very specific length of straight and with a very specific sort of corner that leads onto it that it manifests.
Oh, okay.
I'm hoping that is such a case, especially because it's uphill as well, which I think helps. A little
Yes.
bit. So, yeah, no, looking forward to that. The good thing about VIR is that it's a track that in TCR is like the limit of the car.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
You're driving that thing around there. You're throwing it around there, basically. You know, unlike a track like, let's say, Spa or something, where you know the track's bigger than those cars. VIR is like the right size for these cars.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Kind of club racing tracks, isn't it? If you know what I mean.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that said, you know, obviously IMSA runs there or whatever, so you know, there are bigger cars than TCRs that go there, but it's just it suits the nature of these cars really well to be like just hanging on for dear life through a bunch of the corners. So it's quite rewarding to drive in that sense, especially in a Veloster, actually.
All right. Okay. South Bend's always a tasty prospect, isn't it? The one at the top of the hill.
Yeah, we always used to call it Death Corner back in the early iRacing days because you'd have a, especially not the Spec Racer Ford, the Specky crash where you basically it just exits stage right out of nowhere sort of thing.
Yeah.
That was particularly, yeah, Sonoma's got one of those as well near the end of the lap. That was the other Death Corner at the time.
Yeah, the right hander leading up to where the
back when it was called
is.
Infineon Raceway.
Oh gosh, you're going right back
a long
beyond
time.
me now.
That is.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go? I know Simon had to exit the field a bit earlier than you. He
Well, shout out to him for giving it a go.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't planning to. So he was going to sit out a week because he never committed to do the full season. So he was only going to pop in sort of now and again. And he's done loads of them, so fair enough. And he's got almost as big a set of cojones as Pete has for trying that strategy.
Yeah, absolutely. Right.
And you know, shout out to you guys. Shout out to the individual that made the server explode earlier.
Yes, yeah.
Who I won't name.
No. It's all water under the bridge.
Shout out to Sam for unexploding it.
Yeah, he did well. I didn't. I used my highly technical language to say it's broken. But yes, looking forward to next week. Hopefully we'll see both of the Team Chimera cars at VIR. I'm sure we will. And see you next time. Jamie Wilson, everybody.
Yep. Cheers, guys. See you later.
Right, where are we going to go next? Anybody you want to drag in? We've already spoken to Steve.
There's a lot of people in there, isn't there?
We've already spoken to some. Let's grab Logan. We don't often speak to Logan because he's not always available for racing. Good evening, Logan McKenzie.
Good evening, guys.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I was just finishing drying off.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's going to take you a while because there was quite a lot of rain. Let me find you on track. Everybody's hiding behind trees at the minute because this track does not like cameras. Yes. Talk me through if you've ever driven Monza combined in an Enduro where it's been lovely sunshine at the beginning and then caught quite a lot of people out in the rain halfway through because that was, or not even halfway through, about a third of the way through. That was quite a dynamic race for many reasons, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah, the rain introduced a lot of interesting sort of quirks to the race. It's something I felt like I was pretty prepared for. I've raced at Homestead, Miami in the wet. And it kind of worked the same that it worked here. The bottom of the banking gets wet, so everyone has to go to the high line. And even then, it's still maybe a little sketchy if you dip down just a little bit too much. And this banking is so it undulates and forces you left and right. So
yeah, there's a lot of cars fishtailing around. Yeah.
But we could see the rain coming at the start of qualifying and at the end of qualifying, and we could tell it was going to be light. So it was kind of a debate whether or not to put dry tires on, and I accidentally went with dry tires, which I think was the correct choice. Jaden definitely made the wet tire strategy work. I mean, he nearly won the race, so maybe either one would have been fine. But dry tires was perfectly doable up until that first pit stop. But it got tricky pretty quickly towards the end of that first stint.
Yeah. There was a lot of people exiting stage left, and some of them flying over into the trees on stage right. Pretty early on at that point, getting caught out by, I don't know, either puddles or just what you were saying about the undulation of that almost Brooklyn style curvature of the banking at Monza. It's uncomfortable, isn't it? Especially if you've got your force feedback up high. That thing can shake your fillings out and give you a repetitive strain injury quite quickly. Did you enjoy the racing? Because it looked like it was a lot of pack racing at the start, and then you drifted a little bit back with Tony Walker, I think it was at one point, and a couple of others. What made you lose contact with the top five?
Unfortunately, the strategy team and the mechanics kind of failed at their job today a little bit.
Right. Yeah.
Not to throw anybody under the bus, because I do manage both those teams.
Yeah.
But my first mistake was thinking it's gonna be a wet race. Let's bolt on 2.5 minus 2.5 wing instead of the maximum, or I guess minimum, -4. Really, I should have done 3.5 if I wanted extra grip, because I realized halfway through the race I couldn't keep up with Jaden in a straight line. That was why I dropped off of Jaden. I was keeping up with him, and then once he got in the slipstream of someone else, I couldn't keep up with the whole of them. So that screwed me over. I pitted too early the first time because I misjudged how wet it was getting, which meant that when everyone else pitted, they had to put a lot less fuel in the car the second time around. And it also meant that they gained on me on the dry tires and all that. And then at the end of the race, I ran out of fuel because I pitted one lap too early. So I could have finished ahead of Pete there. I was ahead of him going into Parabolica, and then I sputtered into Parabolica. So
are you aware of how close it was to not going an extra lap?
Yeah, but I knew the whole time that it was not going to go that extra lap based on or at least after my second stop. And there was nothing that I could do after my second stop other than maybe the fuel saved a bit more. But I pitted just early enough. It was tough.
3 whole seconds.
Yeah.
3 whole seconds. What was the 3 seconds?
They crossed the line.
Cross the line for the next lap.
Oh, wow. Yeah, my thing, I knew it'd be close, but I thought because of how big Monza was, I guess they probably slowed down fighting there at the end. But for the longest time, it said we were going to do 24.07 laps, which is very, and it was probably way closer than that. If it was 3 seconds, it was probably like 02 or 01. But yeah, the strategy team didn't get this one right, but I kept it on track. Didn't get a 1X until 10 to go.
Oh, wow.
And I hit the wall. There was one moment where I almost ruined my own race because coming out of the final corner, I was on autopilot looking at the leaderboard or something, and I smacked the wall because I tried to go down the GP front straight.
I was wondering if anybody would do that, because it must be so, muscle memory, all of that kicks in. I was wondering, is anybody just going to be like, wondering about pitting or trying to overtake somebody, thinking that they've got loads of run off to the left? Yeah, okay. So
nope, it was just pure boredom. I was around nobody. I was watching Jaden battle because I was in the same chat as Jaden, so I was watching him battle with the leaders, and I just smacked the wall.
Right.
So big brain moment there.
Talk me through where ATC are in their cycle.
Oh well, we just finished our special event for the season. It was a little invert at Watkins Glen Cup, which has those new NASCAR track limits that allow you to run all the way to the wall at turn 1. It's a lot of fun. And we were celebrating 5 years because the 1st of February was our 5th year anniversary.
Very good, very good.
So yeah, we're having we set records, actually attendance records this season. So really excited to see those new TCRs next season. I'm sure all of the leagues are going to be full.
I would think so. Yeah, it's amazing what new cars do for popularity. This league doesn't seem to have suffered like that in recent seasons. 32 races over halfway through a season is really standard at the minute for BSTV. We've had seasons before where we've gone down to like 10, and that was back when it was just the Audi all on its own, and things like that. So hopefully we'll never go back to those low numbers again. But yeah, new cars are going to drag a whole load of people to this racing series, as in this racing class.
Yeah, absolutely. And that kind of stuff builds over time too. One season you may start the season with 20, finish with 10, then the next season it's 30, 20.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's like a predictable drop.
Yeah.
So it's a good amount.
Yeah. You just got to see it through, haven't you? Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go?
I will give a shout out to my beautiful cat, Ridley. She was serenading me with her cries of, I want some dinner. This race is taking too long. So I got to dedicate this top 5 to her.
Absolutely.
She'll probably vomit it all up later.
Yes. Yeah, Willow does that as well, my cat. I'm so hungry. Absolutely chomps away at it, and then you find it later on the floor somewhere. Lovely. Thanks for that gift. It marginally beats the dead half mouse that she often greets me with. But yes.
Efficient hunter.
Yeah, very. She got 11 mice last summer. 11. Crazy.
Hey, that is
Good going.
Yeah. My cats will just stare at a stink bug and play with it. There's no hunter instinct there, so 11's very impressive to me.
Yeah, crazy. And some of those were still alive, which is a special gift when you're trying to chase one of them around that house. You're like, Christ, I'm never going to catch this damn thing now. I've got my tactics now, though. I've got it all sorted. But no, thanks for racing with us again. We'll go to Virginia this time next week. Another one following the official schedule, like nearly all of our races do. Hopefully we'll see you there. I know you've got other commitments and you're in a completely different time zone. And people should jump online and go and Google or search for the Alpha Touring Championship. It's in the American time slots. It doesn't work for everybody in the UK, but it'll definitely work for some, and it's a great league. Massive attendance, and choosing some really good tracks for TCRs. It's really good. Any other shout-outs from yourself, Logan, or are you just going to keep it to Kitty?
I'm gonna keep it to Kitty for now, but I would like to apologize because this track being on your schedule is my fault. But hopefully you'll enjoy the next few. And you know what? This wasn't bad.
No.
This was fun.
Yeah.
Wait till Saturday. IMPC. That's gonna be That's gonna be life changing.
That will be. Yeah, I agree.
Well, in that case, we hope to see you again very shortly, whenever that'll be. You're very, very welcome. Logan McKinsey, everybody.
Thanks as always, guys.
Awesome stuff. Right. Who should we bring in next? Let's bring in Ronald Young. Where's Live Booth? There it is. Good evening to RDJ.
Hello.
Well, were you expecting any of that when you started racing this evening?
We saw rain, and we were doing pretty quick laps without rain, so we were once not happy with rain because we Land Rover drivers love the rain, but yeah, it went out well. I think we pitted a lap too soon, and then we had to pit on the last lap.
Yes, saw that. Both you and Demis.
Yeah, Jura. I was Yeah, we had a team outing this day because I was with Jura for 2.5 hours driving within a second of each other. And then
Right.
Lovely.
I fucked up my pit stop because it was still in fourth gear, and then he overtook me
Right.
for the
Okay.
win.
Yeah.
But we were
Was
so
it?
close.
Yeah. Was it Demis that ended up having a crash? It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, he crashed
Yeah.
on the banking, I think.
Yeah. And he wasn't alone in that. There was plenty of people that ended up on that little bit of tarmac.
Yeah.
With less bits on their car than they should have had. Honestly, it was like I was watching an action replay. It's just someone had painted the car a different colour. It was very strange. Yeah, did you enjoy that though? Because you were pack racing and pair racing with Euro for, I don't know, like you say, nearly all night.
Yeah, all night. He never been more than, I think, a second apart. So,
Yeah.
but I enjoyed it. But yeah, this track in the dry is you just hang loose of your steering wheel. But now my shoulder was hurting because I'm holding my steering wheel so tightly, and I shit myself a few times because
I bet you did.
dang,
Yeah.
going too low and then.
Yeah, the cars were wild going through the oval section, and the Elantra is usually one of the most stable cars, but it had its moments tonight, didn't it?
When you do the higher line, it was okay, but sometimes you were distracted and go a little bit lower and then just drifting.
Well, we're going to Virginia next week for a little run round there. Very, very technical track. Quite dynamic. It's one of my favourites. There's a funny video somewhere on YouTube of me pitting in the wrong pit box on the super extended version, which has the infield pit lane. But yes, you know, do you enjoy going around there? The Elantra will be good round there. That's a very Elantra focused track. Oh, actually, the Veloster is going to be the car for that, isn't it?
Yeah, Veloster, but also Elantra because it's quite bumpy.
Yeah.
And not as long straight, so should be okay. But I didn't do much laps on it, but we'll see.
Yeah.
The pace is getting better.
And Hydro Race very well represented tonight in the point scoring positions. Again, you know, and you did so well, the Perry, in your class as well. Second and third, I think it was it? Let me jump it on the screen. Yep, second and third in class. Only Tony Walker beating you to the finishing post on that one. In class, of course. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, to Euro, of course, because we kissed and we kissed and we kissed. It was so romantic.
You need to get a room.
Yeah, we need to get a room.
Yeah, absolutely. Anybody
else?
else?
Fun. Yeah, Demis, of course, had a bit shitty night this time.
Yeah.
Last week he went sightseeing with Paul Hurley.
Yeah,
Didn't
went
well. Yeah. And he's so quick this season. So yeah, he will get there.
He will. Yeah, absolutely right. Well, it's been a pleasure, Ronald, and we look forward to seeing you racing this time next week with your Hydro Race Racing Forces buddies, and you know, finishing better than you did tonight, which is going to be a challenge, given that you were some of the highest pro-ams in the field. So well done, and we'll see you next week, Ronald de Jong.
Give us some rain. Thank you.
Give us some rain. It's the only time we've heard that tonight. Right. Who should we bring in next? Let's bring in. Where did Stefan Klauke finish? He was high up, wasn't he, in the AMs? He finished top AM, as I put it back on the screen. So we'll go and grab Stefan. Do you want to interview Stefan? Actually, no. I'll do Stefan because you can do Chesney after this.
We've got Paul as well, so we'll probably stick Paul in between Stefan and Chesney if you want. Okay. Or end with Chesney. How does that sound?
Yeah, why not? So, welcome to the booth, Stefan Klauke.
Hello, yeah. I hope this time I'm not as loud as I was last time.
No, absolutely. This is a good level. I am holding my earphones on the opposite side of the room though, just in case. Where are you on my thing over here so I can show people who we're talking to? Why can I never find the
12th.
drive? No, because it's reorganised all of my order when I went to do replay. There we go. In the Porsche colours. On screen quite a lot tonight because you absolutely monstered that AM class. Fantastic performance and in some real strong battles with other people. Dancing around that oval with the back end flailing all over the place. How much fun was that?
It was very scary,
Very scary.
primarily. Yeah, the problem is that I was like, it's wet, but I'm still gonna take the oval as normal. And then at some point I was like, wait a minute, you know a little bit of physics, so you should be able to come to a better conclusion. And then, as soon as I just took the upper line, that was fine, and I had no issues then. But yeah, those couple of laps that I did the lower line in the wet was very dicey.
Right. Okay. It was the Elantra seemed one of the more stable cars, although it didn't stop some of them crashing at the first bend of the oval. But yeah, it seemed like it was a bit of a handful and maybe in the traffic. But you seem to handle it really well. I mean, you're 12th in a field of 33. Absolutely demolished the rest of your class. How far back was the next car? Because it was quite a way off. Next car back was Darrell Wright. 245. 20 odd seconds behind. I mean, that's quite a lead, isn't it?
Yeah, mostly 20 seconds behind because I was actually really saving the last couple of laps because I had some, while the upper line through the oval was pretty good, it also had the danger of let's just say sliding against the barrier, which I did a couple of times, and then I was like, yeah, let's just go half throttle, even though full throttle was fine, but half throttle had to be enough.
Yeah.
And that was the entire race I had no idea where I was, who was behind me. And now I obviously see that like half the grid was already out by that point. But I was always like, until the last pit stop was over, I was like, I have no idea if I'm gonna be in the 20s or in the 10s or wherever.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and then towards the end I was just happy I had Carl behind me who I let go, which didn't really matter because he had to pit again, and I was just happy that I had like a 20-second advantage against Daryl, and I could keep it pretty safe
Yeah.
for the rest of the race.
Very controlled race, to be honest, and plenty of lessons to be learned consciously and subconsciously. I'm sure. How did you go at Virginia? Because that's the next track on the schedule.
I have absolutely no idea.
Oh.
I look. Basically every track on this race calendar, except for I think except for Monza, Daytona, and Nürburgring. Those three I obviously know from other games and stuff, but every other track is basically new to me.
Right. Okay.
On the Monday of the week.
Okay. Right. Yeah, that's lastminute.com, isn't it?
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I will probably switch to the Veloster because I like nimble cars, and I took the demo drive to kind of test it out, and I found the Veloster to be pretty nimble, which I liked.
Right. Very
So
good.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No worries with that. That's fine. And any shout outs that you would like to make before we let you go and start? Well, you're not going to start your practice till Monday of Virginia, are you? So,
yeah.
You've got a few days to have a rest and let your arms recover from gripping onto the wheel so strongly. Any shout outs you want to make though?
Yeah, I guess to everyone who didn't crash out, which today was really a achievement in itself.
Right. Okay. Yeah. There's not that many that fall into that category, I have to say. So we will look forward to seeing you racing this time next week. Thanks for joining us in the booth, Stefan Klauk.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Bye.
Nobody will have noticed that I pressed a random button that then sent the broadcast running again. Nobody will have noticed that. It's fine. Just don't mention it. It'd be good. Right.
Okay.
Next up, we will bring in. Next up, we will bring in Paul Hurley. Mid-conversation, always love it. Either that or he was burping. I'm not really sure.
Maybe both.
Maybe both. So it was a bit of a bumpy ride for your teammate tonight, but not for you. Up how many places by the end? I can't remember.
I didn't qualify and didn't go to plan. I got a 0x. I think somebody had crashed, and then me and Pete Newman touched a 0x, and then I thought,
yeah,
Fraser, come on, let's go in together, and we'll try and tow each other. And that went quite wrong because we were swapping places in the tow, and then Fraser went, right, I'm just gonna go straight on here and get back in front of you. He went straight on, and I just spun, and that was the end of that. So I started last, I think.
But you,
pretty much. Yeah, me and Jeff, I think.
Yeah, recovered it all the way back to 17th though overall, which is pretty good in the conditions. How did you get on with the amount of rain on the track?
I don't know how people did the whole race on dry tyres. Some people.
Two of them. I think it was Andy Littler and Pete Newman.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, but what I did wrong was I put the wing down to minus 2.5 from 4, and then forgot how much the drag would affect the fuel consumption. So I had to do a splash and dash, and then you see me at the end. I nearly didn't get it back over the line.
No.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, it was a little bit sketchy in there, especially around the second part of the banking. It was trying to kill me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I always have the same thing. When it rains, finish the bloody thing. That's my first priority.
Yeah. Especially on an endurance race, it's worth carrying on because the attrition rate was quite large at one point in the race when the really heavy rain started, or the big puddles started, I should say. I don't think it was actually raining particularly heavy at any point, was it?
No, the rain never seemed to pick up. It was just pretty much constant, and you got to take a freebie, Pete.
Well, absolutely free. All donations gratefully received and all that business.
And the one thing cancel off about, I got a 0x.
You are?
Oh yeah.
Nobody else did except I got a 0x. Only Mika, Selena, Santa, Helena got that as well, and he didn't. He better died. No, yeah. I don't know how, but yeah, I got 0x.
Wow. Well, that's very impressive.
Not trying hard enough, yeah.
Or that, yeah. So, talk us through SRL are with their league at the minute.
So this week, this Friday, we just moved the league forward by 1 week and dropped in a fun race because the commentator has a funeral, unfortunately.
Okay.
So that's free for that's open. If people want to join that aren't paid up, they can do that race. It'll be available for anyone who lets us know, and that will be at Donny National.
Oh right, good track.
Everyone loves Donny.
Yeah.
Pete, I'm gonna have to quickly interrupt you for a second. I've been asked for someone to make a surprise appearance in here.
It's Fraser.
Here he is.
Yeah, I saw him in the interview room and I thought, this is suspicious. Why is he joining? So the other half in this league of Insignia, Fraser Garrity. Good evening.
Good evening. Well, I was just chilling, having the stream on, and then I've heard Paul, let's go work as a team. So I've let's put a stop to this.
Yeah.
We've got this teamwork problem at Signia. Paul, we're going to work together here, mate. Give each of us some graft. Yeah. Paul, I'm leaving the pizza area. Oh, mate, I'm already around the corner. What you doing? What you doing?
Then we come back together and blundered it big time.
Fraser, you really like that one wall at the on the oval, don't you?
Yeah, it's just, you feel free to come and have a look if you want, Pete. I'm pretty well now.
Well, so do I.
It's a good wall. It's a good wall.
Yeah, it's the one
It's got a Fraser-shaped dent in it.
It's got all his car bits on it as well. I could build myself a Honda. Was it just a wild setup that you had for the rain when you hit the puddles, or?
To be honest, I don't really know. To be honest, it was just one of those things. But I think the best thing to say, I'm just trying to find it, because the only thing I have to say is
nothing, just an incident.
Just that.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's funny.
So, That's it. It's all from the Daytona 24. That's what we ended up doing in the end, just spamming the soundboard with loads of other stuff.
Well, it all started so well, didn't it, Fresh? You made the right choice with the tyres and
Yeah, sat on the grid. I was like, it's raining. I was like, do you know what? I'm going to do it. So changed the setup, stuck wet tyres on. I think it was a bit too early for wets. They started to get a little bit hot.
Right.
But then from is I had 7 seconds to try and alter the fuel, so didn't really work out in my favour.
No.
All right.
And then I changed the drag, and then that I didn't take into account how much more fuel they uses, so yeah, I had to do an extra splash and dash, unfortunately. So did Fraser. You had to do it as well, didn't you?
I did. I pitted, and then I was like, it's still telling me I need more fuel. Not good.
No,
but frustrating, that one bend really was. But do you know what? Considering I started practicing the track at, what was it, 7:15? Can't really know.
I've never driven around here before.
Never driven around. I was like, where do we jump on the bank, guys? I was like, oh, it's there. Oh, never mind.
Right.
It's just a bank with Monza. I thought it was like a bit of Monza cut out. But
has anyone else ever driven this in the rain? No.
Why is that? Because nobody's mad enough to do it.
Yeah.
So we go to Virginia next week. How do you both feel about Virginia? Paul, you first.
I love it, but please don't make it rain this time.
I don't. Honestly, I've been claiming my innocence all night because it said 8% and cloud cover 0 to 100. So you could have got anything, unfortunately.
No one's going to complain if you come away from being innocent and manipulated to be dry.
I would never cheat my system. I would never ever do that. And Fraser, Virginia.
Yeah, it's one of those tracks, isn't it? You can get a good race, get a bad race. I mean, just going back to it, I might be able to get a good towing quality off Paul if he decides to play the team game again, but who knows?
Yeah. I don't know if it worked. For us, after what happened, we did try and do it. I'm not sure it's the best idea.
Wow.
It's technically worked against you.
Well, we were trying.
Anybody you want to shout out to, Paul, before I evict you from the room?
Yeah, Fraser.
Cool.
Yeah, so there's two of the guys that was having a chat with in the waiting room afterwards as well, talking very in depth about the new stuff coming from RS in the tyre model and all stuff that most people listen to would probably be quite bored of. But yeah, you guys, my other teammates in Blades, and yeah, and well, good to have Chesney back.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be speaking to him very shortly. Well said, and we'll see you this time next week, Paul Hurley.
Thank you.
And Fraser, any shout outs from yourself?
Yeah, I'm not thanking Paul. I can't be bothered today.
Classic.
So, just usual. Yeah, it's great to have Chesney back. Gutted about the result, but hey, I can't wait to watch the stream back and roll on next week.
Cracking. In that case,
can I just do one more thing before we go as well,
yeah.
Pete? Can you change your name to Mikey?
Can I change
my
name?
Yeah, so when I see another race, I can go.
No, Mikey, no, Mikey, that was so not right.
Oh man.
Yeah, if anyone wants to hear our chat, it's just that constantly. It's great.
That'd drive me mental. It really would. But we'll see you this time next week. Muted, obviously. Fraser Garrity.
See you guys. Ta-da.
Right then, and so where are we going? Saving the very best till last, and we welcome him back with open arms for your interview pleasure, Jay. Chesney Vanderbroek.
Meow.
Meow.
And Chesney's cat as well, obviously. Chesney, fantastic to have you back in the booth for this week. The racing, it started off okay, didn't it? The rain came along, some people started on wets, some people started on dries, and we started seeing those on the wets slowly fade in towards the back. Which tyre did you start on in the end? You'll have to quickly remind me.
I started on wets.
On wets as well. Okay.
Jaden had the gun on me and yelled at me, "Start on wets."
It's Jaden's fault, right? Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, it's Jaden's fault. Everything is his fault. No, but I felt like it was good. It was the best choice.
Well, it turned out it it got mixed results really. The pace was off pretty much straight away. Although the track was getting wet, it wasn't getting wet quick enough. Story of my life. And by the time the first pit stops come around, it was looking like it was the wrong strategy. However, the difference between changing tyres in IMPC, which a lot of people who drive a TCRs are used to, it's just the fronts. But when you're changing all 4 tyres, you need to add, and you'll be amazed how much extra this is, Pete. It's about an extra 20 to 25 seconds for another 2 tyres on the back as well.
What?
So, yeah, and with the fuel tanks in BSTV being a little bit lower, 35% for the endurance races, it actually, as long as you could keep up with a pack, give you a pretty big advantage. So once you'd finished your pits, you were around about the same sort of position that you started, but there was a lot of people starting to crash around you. How did you find the conditions to drive to begin with before we talk about the incident that happened a little bit later?
Well, I must say that was the most interesting and most fun race I ever had. Like, I hear you laughing already. Yeah, I love rain. I really love rain, but like this changeable condition, like you don't know what's gonna happen. Like I had the track map open. There was like one big hole with no rain in it. Is it going to close? Isn't it going to close? Is Pete going to win? Are the guys with the wet tires going to win, or is the dry tire going to be? Oh my God, I love it. It was a gamble, and yeah, that's what's making the race that extra, giving the extra spice to the race.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I know what your previous favorite race probably was. It was probably Interlagos for BSTV a couple of seasons ago, because I remember that was exactly the same at the beginning. We didn't know how wet it was going to be, and then bang, the whole track was covered, and it really, especially for yourself and Jaden, brought out some fantastic drives for us at home to watch. But you knew this was going to come up now. The incident, it just looked like a case of a very bumpy old 60s 50s style track. I could never remember what year Monza had the oval here, but it's a horrible second corner anyway. When you add rain and TCR front wheel drive to it, it was tough to watch. But talk us through what happened in that crash on turn 2.
So I was driving at the middle of it, but there's a little deficit on the upper side and on the lower side of the corner of the wetness. So like it's a little bit of wet, yeah, it's wetter more in the middle. So what I should have done is go to the more top side where it's drier. But because of my white tires were wetter, they were starting to slip, and I overcorrected, and that's why I slipped and hit the wall, sadly. And then I was panicking. My reset button didn't work. I didn't push my brake enough, and then I started to become a plane.
I hate it when that happens. Yeah, it looked like a horrible little incident there. It was a shame that the other cars accidentally got involved with that one there. It looked pretty scary. The first hit by itself looked pretty scary because you'd already gone into the air, and then when the car stops and you think you're safe to get out of the car in the middle of a live track, bang, another one comes along. But I'm very glad that you stuck at it. Paul said something earlier. When it's a wet race, you just get back in the car and you just carry on driving, because you never know what sort of freebies and opportunities will come up. And you did end up getting 1 or 2 extra places and getting back into 25th, I think it was, by end there. So a great result for yourself. it's good to see you back on the track, and hopefully we get to see you get in a lot more races in with us till the rest of the season. But is there anybody that you want to give a shout out to for tonight?
Yes, but I just want to give a message to everyone who's still watching.
Of course.
So this is going to be something serious. So we're gonna leave some comedy after it, but now something serious. If someone needs, if someone has troubles, if you have trouble, if you think you are not in the right mind, find someone to talk about it. Don't let it go too far. It's important for yourself. Like, I've been deep. I know people who have been deep in their minds. It's really important. Find someone professional. Find a buddy. Go talk to a stranger, even if you want that. But if you don't feel well, just talk to someone, and you will feel much better. I promise to anyone that. So that's actually my serious message. And now back to the show and talk about adult content and stuff.
It's no a very good serious word. Obviously, we're so happy to see you back with us in BSTV, and like you said, for everybody else as well, just if you need to talk to anybody, your mind's going to places that you don't want it to go to, you are never alone, even though you might think so. And yeah, Chesney said it best. It's good to have you back here. Is there anybody else you want to give a shout out to at all?
First of all, my fiance for all her support. Like, she helped me tremendously to this. And the whole BSTV community. Like, I'm not going to call any names. They all. I'm going to shout out everyone. Each of one of you helped me in one way or another. The Wednesdays put me through, helped me in tremendously. Also, the JC Academy team, like everyone. So thank you all for this.
Absolutely. Like I said, it's sounding a bit like a broken record now. It's so good to have you back here, Chesney. We'll hopefully get to see you in the booth again next week. We all look forward to it. Well done on tonight. Even though the result may not have gone the way that you wanted to, the fact you got back into the car, got back onto the track, it's inspirational. You know, it's just like what Paul said earlier. Like, if you, especially in races like this, if you end up crashing, if you end up like losing a load of places, just stick at it, because you never know what's going to be happening on the horizon of the race and what sort of points and positions you can pick up. But till next week, we'll let you carry on and get some practice for VIR. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Chesney.
See you next week, guys.
See you next week, Chesney, and I'll see you online tomorrow. I know I've been unbelievably unreliable this week, but I'll be on tomorrow evening if you're about.
Yeah, of course.
Cool. See you later, Chesney.
See you later. Ow.
I knew there'd be a cat somewhere. Right, so, yeah. Great to have Chesney Vandenbroek back with us. You know, you don't just join a league with BSTV, you do join a community, and I think that's what Chesney was referring to, you know, with the thanking everybody that helps, because there's a lot of mutual support going on out there in all the chats and stuff, and so for some people this is their biggest social group, Jay. You know, I've got no friends whatsoever. So, you know, this is one of my outlets. And if anybody did want to go and, you know, speak to somebody, just don't choose Wobbly.
For Jesus
What?
Christ.
Just trying to
suppose
help
a bit
the
of
world.
comedy. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you got a point. You got a point.
Anyway, in all seriousness, no. You know, reach out, find somebody to talk to. Don't bottle it all up. That doesn't work. Even I've tried that over the years, and it's makes it so much worse. But we're gonna make something very better. We're gonna find our driver of the meeting, Jay. Now, Pete Newman's got to have a flag put up, right? Because he went the whole race with slicks, same as Andy Littler. But you hear someone like Paul. Was it Paul Hurley got 0x?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible.
What in the rain around this? It's just crazy. Someone who's not getting any driver of the meeting is the damn cameraman who keeps showing trees. Who else stood out in the crowd? I'm gonna have to look at the standings again because my brain's addled. I've been awake since 2:30 in the morning. Stefan, you know, he's put in such a good, you know, steady and reliable performance there to get top AM class. But working my way down, obviously Stephen did a brilliant job, and was racing so close with Jaden. And Jamie, that any one of those three could get it. Pete Newman we've already discussed. Tony did a great job of staying with that group. There's a few other performances in there which were, you know, very strong. I think Jamie's like the only Audi for miles. I'm gonna struggle with this one, so I'm gonna bow out early, and I'm gonna vote for Pete Newman. For attempting to slick race the whole thing. I know Simon did, but he ended up coming a cropper. But Pete has done that fantastically well. It did turn out to be the wrong strategy, but I bet there was a right way to do it, if that makes sense. I bet there was some sort of magic formula in there, and you don't find out these things until you try them. So well done for being brave and trying something else. Pete Newman, that's where my vote's going.
Nice. That was actually going to be one of my top two that I was going to go for.
You can still go for it. You know, you can get two
I
votes.
could, but I do like spreading it out a little bit. I'm on about the points, by the way.
All right, okay.
The
Sorry,
points,
I'll stop getting
Pete. The points.
Put my pants back on now.
Oh man, Jesus Christ! But I'm going to give my vote to Stephen Glauca, actually.
Right,
Just bear this in mind. Right at the start of the stream, I said there's going to be usually the races like this. You get an AM that really shows out and becomes a spotlight. And you said it yourself. We've seen Mr. Glauca on the stream plenty of times tonight, but also just this. When I tell you the positions started and the position finished, bear in mind an AM driver who, like, let's be honest, a lot of times won't get these like in first races or second races if it's a super sprint. But starting from 26th and finishing up in 12th is a hell of a result. So that is was going to be my other vote, and as you went with Pete, I'm going to go with Stephen for that one.
Yeah, damn good vote, and for all the right reasons. Would have been my second choice, most likely, because that's a splendid performance. Right, folks, we are quite late in the night, and I'm on somebody else's time now, I think, because I ran out of my energy a long time ago. Thanks to the crap cameras at Monza. Thanks to everybody that watched on the stream and contributed to the chat. The chat went on for ages. It was brilliant tonight. Well done, everybody. Well done to Mar Nature for giving us such a crazy weather outcome. It's really made it extraordinarily dynamic. Very exciting. Thanks to you, Jay, for your tremendous commentating over my scenery, followed by different scenery, followed by tree, followed by scenery.
It was a nice tree, though.
It was brilliant, wasn't it? The best tree ever. There's not even the oak tree is not even at Virginia for next week, so we're not going to see any trees. But yes, it's been a great race. This a real feast for us as broadcasters. Just wish we could have seen more of it, really. And stay safe, everybody. I'll hand you over to Jay for his goodbyes. And maybe we pray not for rain next week. Yeah. Night, everybody.
Thank you very much, Pete. And yeah, I'm. You know what? As great as the rain has been, I bet for the welfare of our drivers and because HR will start getting involved as well. We will see what happens at Virginia, but we're still not going to promise a thing. Thank you so much to everybody who's turned up for tonight's extravaganza at Monza combined. Be sure to watch it back at your workplaces or schools or wherever you like to watch your videos on the slide while you're pretending to do some work. And also make sure that you put a thumbs up on the broadcast. Every single thumbs up and share helps get not just the word of the league out there, but iRacing, TCR racing in general. We'll see you all at VIR. Take care of yourselves, but most importantly, take care of each other.